Pick it up, pick it up. Excellent connection. Let me hit the go live button. Okay, cool, thanks. YouTube finally let me go live. Huzzah, yippee skippy.
Ah, okay.
Woo. So yeah, we're just gonna have the fire muted for now, I guess, and then I'll come up with something that will hopefully function. With any luck, I don't know. I make no promises.
It's dumb Fekk Friday. Who cares?
Well, yeah, but if I want to use it for anything else, same problem, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're right.
Yeah, we'll see. I do want to kind of discuss the Destiny stuff a little bit more, though. People have been giving us a lot of like additional information and stuff, and I think it's only fair to, if they're gonna put the work into to try to let us know, it's only fair and reasonable to take a look at what they have to say.
Yeah, why not? It's a conversation. It's not a declaration of war. Right?
I will fight Destiny like any true hero would. I will go against.
I need a hero.
What's oh my goodness, Shrek 2.
Shrek 2.
That is probably there. I've seen 2 usages of that song that are probably the best usages of that song I've ever heard. The first one is Shrek 2 with the fairy godmother singing it while Donkey and Shrek and Puss are trying to get back to Fiona before she kisses Prince Charming. And the second is in Saints Row the Third. It is the song for the climax of the main storyline of that game, and it was beautiful, a thing of beauty.
I saw the usage in the Pikachu Detective also, and I like that one.
Yeah, that one was pretty well done too.
Hello.
Welcome back to Fekk Friday. Don't Fekk Friday. Don't Fekk Friday. Don't Fekk Friday.
It's going to be fun.
Yo, hey, welcome back to Fekk Friday, except it's on a Saturday. Yippee skippy.
Chesh did not forget to play the intro today, so...
I didn't, only because Manya reminded me, though.
Oh!
I was getting bullied. I was getting bullied in the background.
Oh.
It's okay, I like it when Manya bullies me. Alright, before we start getting too personal. Thank you so much for anybody who followed on Twitch. We are now at the 50 goal. I'm looking for 60 next. I just want to kind of like get the Twitch thing rolling a little bit. It does look like I should be able to apply for affiliate status soon. So as soon as that gets done, we'll get that in. Excuse me, we'll get that in and ready to roll. Yeah. Woohoo! If you are a supporter on YouTube, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining me on Twitch as well. If you have happened to do both, if you're a member, bless your heart, thank you so much. I'm seeing Smitty, I see April, I see Honest Red in the chat, I'm seeing Squaxamonophone, Athens. Hi guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm happy that you're here. Please feel free to join us by either becoming a Patreon or a member. You get to join us in the Discord, where we're going to be having a pretty interesting watch party coming on soon.
Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh yes.
Vanya's excited. She's like, oh, let the fire burn. This is gonna be a dumpster fire, I assure you.
Burn them all.
I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it because I'm neither of those things. This is gonna be nothing but pain.
Yeah, I was like, hey guys, do you want to get tortured with me? And everybody was like, yeah, okay, if it's you, why not?
Me and one other person were both like, no.
Yeah.
I think it was Al. I think it was me and Al that were just like, no, I can't deal with this. I can't do this right now, please. Please, no, send help. Alright, so we didn't get to cover all of the stuff that we wanted to cover yesterday, and part of that was because it's St. Patrick's Day here in Canada this weekend. So we were covering that, and I do have one funny story to tell about that, if you don't mind.
Go.
So before I got to the bar, I guess, because my mom was there before I was, and she tells me that there was this guy who was, like, done at the bar, and I guess apparently the poor guy had his grandfather die recently. And I guess he was going on about it, and people were like consoling him at the bar. And then a group of people who were Sikh came in to the bar and sat down and ordered their drinks. And this dude, I guess, went off. And he was like, "Why are these people at the bar? It's a Catholic holiday." And I was like, my mom's telling me this, and I'm like, oh my god, I wish I was there, because, like, you want to talk about how, like, the Catholic Church has handled Ireland? Because that's a whole-ass conversation, my guy.
Buddy, you don't want to get in there, nah.
Anyway, he ended up, I don't remember if my mom said he ended up getting kicked out, or he just kind of, like, got brought to the side until he, like, chilled out a little bit and then left on his own. But it was pretty, from my understanding, it was like, oh god, this guy's looking for like, he was drunk and angry and looking for a fight and thought that would be an easy one to pick, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know why when people drink, they think they are badass for some reason, and they have like superpowers of some sort.
Well, there's that mixed with like grief, and alcohol is not usually a good combination, especially when you're like not like with just friends, right? Like if you're grieving that much and you're gonna drink through it, then be around friends. That's just the best thing that you can do.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
who can take care of you.
It's Canada, so nobody got shot.
Oh, surprise! Am I shocked? No.
Anyway, that was my funny St. Patrick's Day story. Americans will argue over liberals of conservatives are to blame for the crash. Oh yeah, the bank crash going on. Yeah, we're probably going to talk about that on next Saturday.
The tavern. Yeah.
The tavern. Yeah. People think that they're badass when they're drunk, so that's why Chesh is always drinking. I have a beer off to the side right now.
I'm having coffee because it's 7 a.m. in the morning here. So.
I've never been so attacked or exposed in my life. How dare you?
How dare you?
How dare you? How dare you?
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Don't Greta Thunberg.
Greta's gonna come at you with a pizza box.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was bad. That was badass now. She trolled someone into getting
In my headcanon, it was a massive setup. My headcanon, she 100% did that on purpose to try and bait him into putting out information that would give out his location, so he'd film more, so they'd be able to figure out where he was, so they could get him, because she's part of this whole anti-trafficking commission or group or whatever the hell. And I'm like, in my brain, Greta just like, my headcanon is just like, she just 5D chest Andrew Tate into oblivion. But like, I have no idea if that's true or any of it. It's just my headcanon.
That was badass. Yeah, no, that was badass.
Amazing.
I think so. She deleted one of her tweets where she had said that the world will end or something like that in 2023. It's 2023. We're still surviving. So she was like, okay, maybe I jumped the gun.
Are we
She's
really?
a kid.
Are we really surviving?
We're barely surviving, I think. So this whole world is about to explode.
Isn't every hour happy hour? If Chesh would smoke weed, she would be a medium. I need to make more money to be able to afford to smoke more weed, because I haven't smoked weed in ages, but that's just because I'm cheap and don't spend money on things.
Oh, weed is expensive, eh?
Well, weed's expensive, beer's expensive, and I have to pick one or the other. Listen, I'm not rich like Destiny is, or like, I guess, this lady that we're gonna talk about.
Or Elon Musk.
Dude, that dude's broke as hell.
Now, but before,
I could
like,
grow
when
weed.
he sat at a live stream and just kept smoking marijuana, and everybody was like, "What is going on?" Yeah.
I do not believe for a second
Now
that
he's
Elon
broke.
Musk isn't broke as hell, and he's got like pretend money the same way like Trump has pretend money.
Oh yeah, he's broke. He's broke.
Alright.
Since he bought Twitter.
Yeah. What fucking clown spends that much money on a stupid Just so
Social
you can
media
force
platform.
your stupid opinions down everybody's throat. Oh my god! Like they're when Jeff Bezos did it, he bought like a newspaper that was actually worth some money.
Yeah, like Rupert Murdoch, right? He has the Wall Street Journal, right? That's badass now to have a media house or a journalist, a newspaper.
Hey, EMP,
You know,
good to see you.
that's a EMP in the chat. So yeah, and I keep saying that, whoever suggested him, whoever suggested him to buy Twitter, I'm like, how much commission did you get out of that billions? I'm like, please, we need to talk. I think so. It was his ex-wife, wasn't it? Who was like, "Oh yeah, they don't let us talk." Blah blah.
Yeah,
blah,
it was
blah.
like his ex-wife and some other lady, and I think there was some kind of mention of Amber Heard, but I don't recall ever confirming that.
Yeah. But
Well, because
like,
there was that
what's the-
whole like harassment campaign on Twitter about her, right? And she was like
Yeah.
seeing Musk at the time or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently, yeah, Trump's saying he's going to be get arrested on Tuesday. We'll see. We'll see if that happens.
We'll see. We have heard it so many times. Seriously, it's like shouting wolf. So we are like, okay, when it happens, it will happen. Then we can talk about it. Also, like, what's the point of buying Twitter when people still don't take you seriously? He bought Twitter so he can like.
He
so
bought
he thought that
Twitter,
people-
and people took him less seriously.
Yeah, people are like, are you high or something like that? What Twitter? The board of Twitter, or the number of people who ever own the Twitter stock or something like that, they must be like, oh yes, Your Majesty, please do come in.
Ash Scott has a
Red
funny.
carpet welcome.
Ash
Yeah,
Scott
go
has a funny note on that. Is Elon's disciples actually think he invented the electric car? Only once asked me how many satellites I'd put in space. I told them the exact number that Elon Musk had.
And also, oh, actually, less than what India has. At least. India's got a big record of putting satellites in the atmosphere, so yeah.
Money, I'm gonna bump your audio to 69.
Oh, is it too loud?
No, I'm putting you up. Up
Oh,
to
okay.
69.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're a little bit quiet apparently. I'm just double checking with chat to make sure our levels were good. I was listening back to the stream yesterday, and because I like to do that to double check the audio, I'll listen to like a couple of clips throughout it, and we were peaking a lot right at the beginning, so I brought both of us down a little bit, so I'm just double checking to make sure everything sounds good. Wonderful.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Awesome.
I just thought I had to tell you that because the number was 69. I felt compelled.
Oh god.
Happy weekend, everybody.
What? 69. Okay.
I'm literally just here to make dick jokes and facilitate the conversation. That's all I'm here for. To see any stream that has Landon and Manya in it talking about volcanoes, I am literally just here to make like jokes about Taco Bell.
Sexual innuendos.
Innuendos. All right. Do you want to get started?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. So this is what we were looking at yesterday, and yesterday we gave people the challenge of count how many. If you want to drink, take a shot, but if you don't want to kill yourself, count how many. Count how many pronouns this woman uses in describing how much she hates pronouns. We had a mix of numbers, ranging from about 21 to 25 between there. I got 24. I think you got 23. I think most people got 23. And I
got 22.
You got 22. We did not count like in between ones. So like when she said like female or we left those out.
Yeah.
Nothing like that. Just like they, your, I.
Yeah. Yes.
We want to watch
yeah.
this again to give people context?
Yeah, I think
We're
so.
going-
We should.
Okay. We'll play this again then.
So if I was like hiring and I saw pronouns, here's what I'm going to assume. I'm going to assume you're obviously very liberal.
Obviously.
So I'm going to assume you're one of those people that is super far left. Hey, I'm going to assume you're not a very hard worker. You are either a female or you're a probably not straight guy. So everything in the office is going to have to cater to you, your feelings, your needs, and your emotions. So everyone around you is not going to be able to be themselves and walk on eggshells. Why would anyone want someone like you unless everyone's like you in a work environment? You're going to be the laziest person. You're going to be the most entitled, complain the most, and I think you're going to be the first to sue. So shocker that pronouns weren't helping you guys. Sorry, is there anything I missed there? Sorry. So if I was like hiring...
So, I've worked around people of different sexualities, and I have never ever felt like that I have had to cater to their feelings or requirements or anything like that. Half of the time I never knew, and they told me themselves. So I was like, oh, okay, I don't care. Oh, okay, yeah, good on you, buddy. And
In
it was
the
like, oh,
workplace, the only time I've ever felt like I had to cater to people was older men who worked in the factory setting for a really long time. And that wasn't inherently always because, like, they were bad people. It was just because they were just a sensitive group, right? They were just generally, like, overworked, underappreciated, and emotionally immature. And so between, like, combining those three things ended up with you have to walk on eggshells or you have to approach them in specific ways as a woman in that kind of environment, specifically when you're trying to tell them that there's something... Because I was working in maintenance, right? And I was like, you need to shut this machine down. It needs this, this, and this. Like, it needs maintenance. It needs to be fixed or it needs to be maintained. And they get really mad about that kind of stuff because they didn't like that. Because not only did they not want to shut the machine down for various reasons, but also because if you don't talk to them the right way, they'll get super salty about it.
I think so. There's also the fact that they feel like they're being left behind as new generations are coming in and we are moving forward with technology.
They feel threatened. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I and also, like, in their era, machine safety was kind of not a thing.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing.
You know?
Yeah.
The slogan would be, why are you doing stupid shit with a machine? They would talk like that. So now we are becoming more specific with safety at workplace, or even like maintenance. Maintenance is part of safety, right? So we're getting more specific around that. So, and they're like, why so much more things to focus on, and they can't focus on all that.
I think that, I think that there's a plethora of reasons why these groups, because these weren't particularly necessarily even people in power. In some cases, they were. But they were just working in a position at a factory, and it was a lot of additional emotional work and investment for me to cater and work around that scenario. But at the same time, like, you can have all the reasons in the world, right? And, like, again, I don't think they're bad people. And I don't think their feelings are invalid at all. Like, absolutely, it makes sense to, like, if you're concerned your job is going to get automated, that you're concerned and stressed out about that, and that can make working with you more difficult, because if somebody's stressed out, they can be a lot harder to work with, right? Because they're got a chip on their shoulder, or they got this, or they got that going on. So, again, I don't think any of these... I don't think any of these men were bad people because of those reasons. There were a handful of them that I thought were bad people, but that's for other extenuating circumstances. And so, I don't know. That's my experience. The only other one that I noticed is, like, a group that you have to cater to, because I worked factory, but I also worked office. And when I worked office, because I did one at one place, one at another place, so I didn't cross the streams there, but... when I worked in the office, I found that the people that needed to be catered to the most were gossipy white women, specifically. And so, like...
Oh, tell me about it. Oh, my goodness. I still have to do that.
It was like this middle class, self-entitled, self-important, very, like, we're gonna talk shit about whoever in the office, and then, like, very two-faced, where we're gonna talk nice to you and then turn around and talk shit behind your back. Like, all that. And it was the day shift staff. The afternoon shift staff were not as bad. It was like specifically like the 9 to 5. Oh god, they were
day
the
shift working
worst. They were the worst.
So walking around eggshells, like I also have to like manage my work day to day sometimes according to the mood of my site manager. He's getting old. His daughter doesn't live with him. His daughter is in UK. He worries about her a lot. And sometimes things like just get dunked on his head to be completed, and he panics, and then you're like, okay, he's in a grumpy mood today. There's no point of like getting anything done, so you just go away and don't come in front of it. And about entitled white woman, I had to specifically remind all my colleagues at workplace that there's a Privacy Act in New Zealand, and if you're going to talk personal shit about someone, they can come back and sue you for it. You know?
Yeah.
And so stop like gossiping about people's personal lives, especially if they're telling you in confidence, right? Yeah. And then they would like try and conspire things together, like get someone into trouble and shit. And I would just go like, why are you doing this? Stop.
Stop.
I mean, try to do that to me also, and I had to like go to my plant manager and say, "You are my boss. Get something done about this. I'm done. I'm done."
I think there's also something to be said as well about people using the word catering when they mean tact. You can be tactful without having to cater to somebody. You can be professional without having to like not say what you need to say, right? So you can say, "Hey, listen." There's lots of different ways to say "fuck off." Right, like so.
Yeah.
And so there are more or less tactful ways to cater or adjust your language to who you're talking to, so that way they get the fucking message in a way that is conducive for and is going to work out well for you. And so catering to somebody isn't inherently a bad thing. But if your reasoning for wanting to cater to people is because you want to be able to be an asshole, like. Okay.
No.
It's like people asking factory workers to be more professional in their speech, but the culture in factory work is to tell somebody to fuck off if they're being annoying, right? And it's like, but people were using that as an excuse to be abusive in the workplace.
Yeah.
Right? And those are two different things. Yelling and screaming and verbally abusing somebody is different than just saying something, oh, like, fuck off, I'm working on this thing. Right.
Yeah. And also, like, there's also this thing, like, where the admin staff or the office staff, okay, yeah, you're more educated, so you have more refined English and more, refined way of talking. And in the factory, there might be people who have never finished high school, and to expect them to talk to you, like, and then expect them, like, if they're not able to fill out forms and you making fun of them for that, no, that's not. You're an asshole. You're an asshole. See, straight up that. Or making fun about someone's literacy.
Embiid is reminding us about Destiny stuff that we're going to start off addressing some comments. Actually, what we're probably going to do is I've been sent like a good amount of stuff. I think what we're going to do is we're going to take that and we're going to do another episode. We're going to follow up. Just because it'll give me some more time to actually go through all of the stuff I've been sent, as well as I'm waiting to see if I can actually get a hold of the full 2-hour recording, because apparently there's a 2-hour recording that is hanging out there in the wind somewhere. I've heard whispers of it. So I think what we're gonna do is we'll go through the comments that we've gotten on that episode, as well as look at some more things. I'm gonna probably pull up like a handful of like. One of the reasons why I pulled up that secondary clip was because there does seem to be a consistency with Destiny's opinions on this, but I would like to see if I can find him talking about this with someone else, and just to see if they're like. Let's assume there's some kind of additional context or some kind of additional whatever going on. But if his opinions are consistent, then he'll be saying that kind of stuff or those things in a
Yeah.
whole other area, or inside of a different conversation. So I just want to see if there's any kind of consistency about this. One thing that I do have to point out though, and we'll talk about it more when we get to the a follow-up episode, just because there's so much to talk about. I'd feel bad.
Yeah,
like,
so much is coming in.
yeah. And I don't want to miss stuff, and I want to, like, people have gone out of their way to send us a lot of stuff, so I do want to make sure that we give them the time and effort that they were willing to put in for us. But his response to Mr. Beard specifically rubs me the wrong way real bad. Now, Mr.
I didn't
Beard,
like that either.
Yeah, Mr. Beard said that Destiny was saying this or that, right? And let's for the sake of argument, say that Mr. Beard was taking Destiny out of context, or that he was trying to fan flames for whatever reason, or yada yada yada. That's what would make sense for Destiny to say. Be like, that's not quite what I said, yada yada yada, and you go on. That was not the response Destiny gave. Destiny's argumentation back to this criticism that he was getting from Mr. Beard was, well, I have more followers than you, nana nana boo boo.
You virgin fuck and blah 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 blah.
He can't like, Mr. Beard can't even grow a real beard. It's like,
it was so childish. I'm like, okay, you want to imply that you're not taking this person seriously, but you might have to realize that even though he has less followers than you,
that doesn't invalidate
he has
the point.
followers. Yeah, and that doesn't invalidate the point. And that's what I've seen time and again, that there are dumb fucks who come in our comments and say, oh, you're sitting here and you have got 0 views, blah 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 blah. I'm like, it's not about views. Maybe in future it will be.
It's about views for me. Fuck you guys.
Oh, okay.
I'm kidding. Go ahead, Maya.
But yeah,
I don't
it's not
have
about
such
views,
high
it's about-
standards.
Yeah, it's not about views. It's about getting the message across and what the message is and how you put it across. It's all that. And
I think it's relatively easy to see who's investing into a situation for views versus who's investing into it because they care about the topic, and views might be like tertiary, right? So like you can see it, like it's very obvious when you've got like you're the quartering or Keemstar.
Oh, God.
Right? They're very much just jumping in and like tossing shit around, and
Trolling.
you can even tell sometimes when Keemstar cares more about what's actually happening versus when he's just talking about something because it's good for the algorithm. Right? Because it's not like every person is going to do the same thing, right? It's like you can be both people.
Yes. Oh, people can act differently in different situations. Who knew?
Who'd have thought? But yeah, no, I did want to touch on that because I do think that this
Do you
want to treat it fairly.
Do you want to see that? Yeah. Do you want to see that video of Sneeko and Jumper? They put in the Discord yesterday.
You want me to pull that up?
Yeah,
I will pull that up right the fuck now. All right. I'll pull this up. Fine.
Let's go. Let's go.
You guys hate me. I get it. The fuck did I ever do to you? Where did it go?
Yeah, you're my producer, so I can tell you do anything.
This is Manya's show. Where is it?
Hey, look.
The fuck is this?
Listen, you went out for St. Patrick's Day yesterday. You will compensate me for that. I'm joking.
Here it is.
I can send it to you again. Oh, you
No,
found it.
I've got it. It just took me a second to get it. This one? This is the one you're talking about? And check out the latest entry in the guys being very normal on podcast canon. I swear to God, waterboarding wouldn't be able to get this out of me. Alright, you want to watch this?
I was just like... Yeah, let's go for it. Let's go.
Okay.
Well, maybe not,
That's not
but
true.
you could get it wet.
Yeah,
you could
that's not true.
slobber on it a little bit.
The pussy's just like an open wound. It's a gaping hole in a woman's body.
Yeah, and that's why I hate when women are like, I give head all the time, and these dudes don't want to eat pussy or whatever. It's like, listen, it's not the same.
No.
If I stuck this lighter in my mouth right now, which I won't, that would
Which I won't.
Hold on. Are you telling me that you're
Intrusive
that
thoughts.
you're-
Put the lighter in your mouth. Put the lighter in your mouth. Put the lighter in your mouth.
He's got a kink, eh? It's like,
I eat pens. I
Are
can't say
you
nothing.
are you telling me that your dick smells like roses and tastes like chocolate all the time? Is that what you're
Listen,
telling me?
if
Jumper?
your dick does not, is not made out of gold and spewed diamonds, I'm not interested.
Yeah, fuck off. Yeah. Or do you like, is it like, what do you say, medically sanitized?
Listen,
Your
there's a
dick.
gaping
Is
hole
it-
somewhere, but it's not on me. It's definitely this guy's brain.
Yeah.
Dear Lord.
I give head all the time, and these dudes don't want to eat pussy or whatever. It's like, listen, it's not the same.
No.
If I stuck this lighter in my mouth right now, which I won't, that would be like something.
Which I won't.
Licking a vagina is like a pit of mucus, fleshy tissue, and
Babies come out of there.
periods and
But to
pee.
and say-
What does he think Siemens are?
Yeah, that's what I was like. You don't get like mucus stuff out of your fucking dick, and what? and your sweaty balls are near that fucking thing all the time.
There,
Oh god.
I don't know. There's something special about this kind of a conversation that, like, it's one of the things that has come with the internet, right? It's the age of the internet where everybody makes everything into content, and everything that you just think in your stupid head ends up for any billion number of people to see. And
Internet
these
is fuck-
motherfuckers, like, I could 100% see two guys having this stupid ass fucking conversation, like, sitting, like, just because they're sitting around hanging out, complaining about their girlfriends, while their girlfriends are, like, if you want to be, like, very, like, stereotypical about it, right? They're like, oh, the girls are shopping, and they're in a store, and the two guys are just sitting there waiting, and they're just like, yeah, whatever, I don't fucking like giving head, or whatever, they're having this stupid ass
Pussy's a
conversation.
gaping hole.
But it's
Pussy's
contained.
an open wound.
Right, but it's contained to their, like, little, that interaction.
Personal space.
Right,
Yeah.
but here they're just putting it out there for everybody.
Everyone, take it. Take it. Take
And
it.
I've seen this a handful of times where you get, like, certain groups and podcasts where people will get together, and it's basically just, like, a girl, because girls do it too, right? It's like a girls' gossip session that is...
Yeah.
There's like 4 or 5 women in a stream with nothing better to do, sitting around gossiping about whatever drama is happening on the internet, right? Like, and it's like, and then it's intersectional, right? So sometimes it'll be like men and women together, and sometimes it'll be men doing it, and sometimes it'll be women doing it, and they all have the same kinds of conversations, and it's all just like asinine, like garbled nonsense. It's just verbal diarrhea because we gotta put something out on the internet, and everyone needs to hear it.
Yeah.
What the
I
fuck?
personally think the way Sneeko talks, he's a closet gay. He's a closet gay. Yeah, he's a closet gay. I it's my personal opinion. The way he speaks about women. And,
Oh, he definitely
and
doesn't
for the
like
fact-
women. He definitely does not like women, that's
Yeah,
for sure.
so
I
that
don't
ca-
know that inherently makes him gay, though. It definitely means he doesn't like women.
We have seen in the past that people who, shout the loudest
Dude
about
bros.
such stuff,
Yeah.
turn out to be the gayest and the most flamboyant of all people. So yeah, I have hope in Sneeko. I have some hope.
He's gonna find his way.
But yeah, hopefully, since Andrew Tate is in jail, he hasn't.
Oh,
got
that's
anything to
right. I
write
forgot
coattails on.
I forgot that Sneeko was like an Andrew Tate dick rider. I totally forgot
yeah.
about that.
And Aiden Ross, all these fucking youngsters, just like oof,
A vagina is like an open wound.
wound,
Fuck.
a mucus,
It's just
slobbering
a
mucus.
hole and it's just got like loose tissue. It's like what? The fuck
What
are you
loose tissue are you talking
I
about?
think he's just
If I have
talking
to
about.
check.
I think he's just talking
Labia?
about periods. No, I think he's talking about periods.
Or labia. Oh god, honey.
I really don't think most women, maybe some, but I think most women are not gonna be mad at you for not drinking their pussy, like they're drinking their period situation.
Juice.
Well, not even juice. It's like, okay, so periods are kind of gross, right? Like there's
Yeah.
it's just an uncomfortable, icky situation.
Women
for
also find it gross.
everybody involved, right? And nobody's a big fan of that. I would be remiss, and maybe this is just a personal thing. I'm sure there's fetish for it, right? I am sure. I do not doubt in my mind that there is like period fetish stuff. I also don't doubt in my mind that there are like probably women who are like, oh yeah, no, I just catch it all and then I drink it. Like people do weird, gross shit all the time.
Yeah, like there are women who drink their placenta after. Like,
Yeah,
childbirth.
there's the one lady who like kept the yeast infection going on purpose and then was making bread out of it. Like there's all kinds of fucking nonsense. Like there's the one video of the dude pissing straight into his mouth. Like people will do all kinds of like weird and nasty, gross,
weird shit.
nonsense. Also, Lobtoe, maybe I'm pronouncing your name right. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. First time chatter.
Hey.
Over on Twitch. Hey, hi. I like people do weird and like things that are. I'm gonna go with weird. That's weird. I'm not gonna yuck your yum. You do you. I'm not gonna shame you for it or say you're a bad person. But eek, personally. On the other hand, it's not terribly common. And I know I wouldn't ask anybody, male, female, or otherwise, to like go down on me while I was on my period. In fact, I'd probably be like, "Don't touch me." Normally, I'm like, "Don't touch me," but now it's like
Stay
extra,
away
"Don't
from
touch me."
me.
Don't even
Unless you have chocolate ice cream, stay away from me.
leave it at the door and go away.
Yeah. You ain't gonna get any hugs. You ain't gonna get anything. Just bring me food, and maybe this goddess will be happy and will bless you when the periods get over. So yeah.
Oh, that's right. It's called getting your red wings if you go down on a girl while she's on her period.
Ooh,
yeah.
Interesting.
I've heard like I've definitely read stories and heard stories about like so I was eating this woman out and she was on her period and there was like goop everywhere and it was like super hot because she was really wet and then I had to like I got a chunk in my mouth and I didn't know what to do so I swallowed it. It's like what?
Huh? Man, you are the man. Whoever did that, you are the man. Seriously.
Yeah. Oh,
Have
man.
you also heard?
Only if she wants you to, though. Don't be doing that kind of.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You can spit it out. I don't think so. Ladies mind if you will spit it out or whatever. Just don't do it in the first place. I would advise. But on that second note, do you know
There's
that
so many extra vitamins down there? It's just a waste of perfectly good nutrition.
Yeah, my blood. Yeah, full of nutrition and iron. Yeah. Fulfill your iron deficiency by drinking that.
Iron supplement. I mean, that is you want to be like manly about it, right? And be like, I am an alpha man. I eat nothing but red meat. I drink blood out of a woman's vagina once a month. Look at how big my testicles got.
Yeah, no, like 5 times a month, maybe, or something like that. Have you heard that Sneeko once confessed that he watched his girlfriend get fucked by other dudes?
Yeah, I've heard about that. I mean,
Yeah,
like
and
everybody's got their kink.
Yeah, and Moist Critical kind of like made fun of him.
Oh, of course he did.
And he
That's
went
like
up. He started going after Moist Critical, and Moist Critical was like, "You cuck, you're pathetic, and that's why I make fun of you." And then Sneeko went on a live stream with a gun, and then he took the mag out of the gun and was like, "Oh, look at my clips, look at my clips." And then Moist Critical is like, those are not clips, you asshole." He pulls out a small gun first and shows the mag from there, and then he brings out, I don't know if it's an AK-47 or it's like a long shooter. He brings out that big ass thing and takes the mag off that, and he's like, "It's called magazine, you idiot." And I was like,
so he's been playing
you
too
got
much
guns,
Call of
I got
Duty.
bigger. Yeah.
See, and if I remember correctly, Charlie, Moist Critical, had said, he's like, "I'm not making fun of you because this is your fetish or this is the thing you're into. I'm making fun of you because you purport this lifestyle and how to live your life this way and that way and sell this to people. And you, like, sell the Andrew Tate dream but meanwhile, this is what you're into. It's the same as like any Republican going around being like, gays are bad, and then surprise, they're gay. Same thing.
How many times that has happened now? I like almost 10 times in the history, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. So that was the whole Sneeko thing.
This is so stupid. There's like another couple seconds of this.
Periods.
Yeah, let's get to
But
that.
to insinuate that the lighter is just like a
Pee.
that's a big.
I'm just saying, it's like it's not the same. Well, maybe not,
That's not
but
true.
you could get it wet.
Yeah,
That's
not.
It's just
Okay.
not the same.
This is 100% like I don't understand how female organs function. Like I have a PhD in not knowing what the fuck I'm talking about. At least
I think
women, when they go to the bathroom, like wipe down there. When dudes piss, they do a little fucking jiggle and then bugger off. And it's like, you tell me
and
you
they're
don't
like,
have piss on your dick. Don't lie to me. I'm looking at
Don't lie
you.
to
I
me.
know. I fucking know.
Don't lie to me.
Pretend that I don't know.
Go back in the bathroom and use the toilet paper to wipe your fucking dirty butt.
Oh my god, again, these are also the same type of men that proudly talk about how they do not wipe their own ass. Bro, please, no. Alright, well, I'm glad you made us watch that, Manya, thank you. It was fucking necessary.
Now you suffer with me. Everyone suffers with me.
Great. Cool. Speaking of pee, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Okay, go. I'll take over this.
Are you gonna take over the show? Alright, Manya's
Yeah,
gonna run the
yeah.
show. Don't break anything. I will regret nothing.
I can't. Oh god, this is so funny. Yeah, so the whole Sneeko thing, it's like that. I feel actually a little sad for this guy because since Andrew Tate like went to jail, he has like he's not gotten the chance to like get on any platform and like brag about shit. He's getting on podcasts and shit, but that's not giving him that much exposure. Like he's not on YouTube anymore, if I'm not wrong. He's not allowed on YouTube anymore. So yeah, his exposure or his reach to a certain number of audience has been decreased. But yeah, people have followed him on other platforms. But yeah, like I'm like, Sneeko, my guy, are you really a heterosexual male? Do you want to maybe you want to sit down with someone and have this conversation and figure out what your sexuality is? Seriously, yeah, because you're hating women. Yeah, that yeah. Nah. Welcome to Manya's Morning Brew. Welcome. I broke the internet. I can't hear you.
I said, oh, did you again? God damn it.
I still
happened?
remember when I said that.
Is everything fine?
No, nothing. I'm talking about Sneeko. Like he doesn't have like a platform on YouTube anymore.
Did he like get canceled? Is that why he doesn't like? Is that a thing, or is he just like,
I think
lost his audience
I think
because
his
nobody cares? It's just irrelevant.
not his YouTube channel got yeeted, if I'm not wrong.
Did it?
Like
Rough.
yeah.
Have you guys
Oh,
seen the
okay.
people who are like, yo, if you jack off, you're gay because you're still touching a dick?
Oh god. Really? Guys, why do some people have to make everything so complicated? You want to jerk it off. It's fine. There's no shame in it. Yeah, just don't do it like DSP, like do it on the live stream without knowing that you're doing it on the live stream.
Oh yeah, look out for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Don't be living on a street that has kids with your windows open.
Yeah. That whole DSP saga was also like, oh my goodness.
We're so off track. All right, this was Manya's
Okay.
tweet that got some traction, and it says, yes, an employer cannot cater to all sexualities, genders, races, and be inclusive, but instead should only cater to entitled white men, ? As if we still have a long way to go to learn about sharing spaces, and it's okay for it to be a tough journey. Feels like a cop-out.
And then And then I was like, yeah, okay, I made my point. I'm going away. And then,
Then she went to bed and then woke up the next morning. It's at 35.4K views, which I don't know if it really matters on YouTube. I don't know what this means. Like, does this mean people clicked on it? Does this mean it just showed up in impressions? Like, I also don't know enough to bother to care exactly what this means. I'm going to point that out real quick, so don't tell me. I don't care. It's got 4 quote tweets, 91 likes. But
and the comments are like,
I will agree with a little bit here because I know where this is going to go. That I think it might have been a stretch to go with entitled white men. I see where you're going with it, but in response to this specifically, I can kind of see where that might be a bit of a stretch. But you're talking about the overarching.
Everything. Yeah, I was just like trying to encompass everything. Like, you know, like women didn't have the right to vote. Like, it starts there, you know, with thoughts like these. Oh, we'll have to cater to other people. And then it spearheads into other areas, you know. And before you know it, people are excluded and ostracized. So yeah, so that's why I was like, I'll go. Yeah, go.
Anybody who doesn't like femboys is wrong. Just putting that one out there.
Yeah, nah.
All right, so but I get up and I get a message from Manya in the Discord, like in if you remember Patreon Discord, and she's just like, "Oh shit, what did I do?" And she links this tweet. And this is probably this jam person is probably one of my favorites. Because this jam person is like, I don't know why it tells me your tweets are unavailable to me sometimes. I don't know. Twitter's stupid and broken. Anyway. Look at you leading with emotion rather than logic. What emotion?
Yeah.
This reads like sarcasm to me, not like unless they're talking about, oh, this feels like a cop-out, and that's a big stretch.
I was just like, oh yeah, whatever. And this dude's like, I think so. That's what happens when you type text and you don't verbally talk with people. People get to make assumptions about the whole thing, but it was quite evident from my tweet that it was sarcasm.
It reads as sarcasm to me, like, oh wow, this is so hard, right? So I just asked because I want to know what the hell this person was talking about. How is it and I didn't go what was emotional about this. I went with, how is it not logical to treat people equally? Like, that's just pragmatic, right? And it's pragmatic. Right. If you treat people fairly and equally to the best of your abilities, you get you get to have your cake and eat it too, right? You get the best out of everybody, ideally.
Yeah.
Right? And now, like, yeah, I'm being a little bit hyperbolic in saying that you're going to get the best out of everybody. Obviously, every individual is going to be different. Not everybody's going to appreciate or care that you're treating them well or less or whatever. But if you treat people equally, then, and they have equal opportunities across the board, and you have systems set up that are essentially to test and enable people who are successful in different areas, like, for example, the job market, then you would end up with the best person for the job rather than catering to any individual group.
Yeah. And settling down with mediocre employees. Just saying.
Right, so I'm just like, to me it seems pragmatic in a society to treat everybody and give the most amount of opportunity possible to every individual, so that way all those you can weed out and like resource manage who's going to be good where and get everybody sorted. And so there is going to be runoff, right? There is going to be people who just aren't great in these areas or aren't great in these areas, and there's going to be some people that struggle, and then you're just like, okay, that's fine, you do what you can and let us take care of it. It's basically just being a good neighbor at that point, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, they can be fodder for the zombies.
The zombies. All right, so you asked,
fucking what? Sorry, Helios just said the jack-off statement reminded me of the dumbest take I have ever heard from an ultra-conservative woman. Women who breastfeed in public should be arrested for CP and incest.
What?
I'm gonna need another beer.
Yeah, I need more coffee, seriously.
Okay. Okay.
Oh god, oh god, oh god.
All right, this is
Yeah,
a
you
whole,
know,
this is a conversation. No, this is a whole conversation about like the over-sexualization of like fucking anything women do
Children.
ever. What women, anything a woman does
Babies.
is anything a
Yeah.
woman does is sexualized. Period. End of
Anything,
sentence.
yeah. I don't know what is this, like, the whole thing of over-sexualizing women's boobs and nipples. I have no
Please.
fucking idea. Yeah.
Please. All right. So, I can still treat somebody well and appreciate their presence without being told I have to refer to them by their liking. Yeah, I agree. You shouldn't have to be told to call people by their names.
Yeah. Or their pronouns, yeah.
But you're not treating somebody well if you're purposefully being an asshole.
Yeah.
So, what is the conflation here of I can treat somebody well without being told to do a thing? I agree.
Are you...
I shouldn't have to tell you to refer to them the way they want to be
I think so
referred
they're mad.
with. What?
I think so they're mad that that they felt like that they are being told to do it, you know, and they don't like it when people
Don't
tell
tell me
them
what
do
to
something.
do.
You're not my dad.
Anya, why the hell are your tweets unavailable? What is going on?
What? My tweets? I can see my tweets.
Yeah, look at the screen though. That's you.
Oh, I can tell you what I replied.
That's
Why is
okay.
it
I'll
not
pull it
available?
up, but like, what the hell? The hell's going on here?
I have no fucking clue what. Maybe someone reported it. Blah blah.
I
blah,
think
blah,
it's
blah.
because
I
you
don't know.
paid for the check mark, and so your shit's broken now.
Ah, okay.
I don't know. I'm
Sorry.
just. Yeah, you
Sorry.
should. You better be. That's okay. I can fix it. Don't worry about it. I'm a boss like that. God, yeah. God damn it, Elon.
I'm a bitch. I'm a boss. I'm a bitch and a boss. I'm a shine like a gloss. I'm a bitch and a boss.
Thanks.
I like that song. It's from the Birds of Prey.
Oh, is it? I haven't seen that movie.
The Harley Quinn. Yeah, yeah.
That's cool. Let me make sure I get the right one. Oh no, that's Us. Don't need more Us.
So many of us. We are a whole legion.
We are legion, for we are many.
Yeah. Oh, there. Oh yeah. There's a mutant called Legion, right? Oh yeah. Yeah.
There's lots of
That's where
things
that
called.
one-
There's lots of things called Legion. Oh, this is not the right one.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Kinder
Should be it.
Tottenleiter, right to bear arms. You want to see bear arms? Okay. Here we go.
There we go. This should let me see it better. What the hell? No, you're just like getting shadow banned or some shit.
Hey, come on. Do you want me to read the tweet that's underneath it?
I thought you were paying for Twitter things to push your stuff more forward and just blocking it all.
I don't know what's going on here. I seriously don't know. I can read the tweet. I can see it here. I can see what I typed there and what I tweeted there.
Yeah, go for it.
So
what
I
is this?
said, yeah, I was like, what gibberish are you talking about? Of course, the person's name, if the person's name is Cool Ranch Doritos, then we call them by their name, no? Yeah, then you call them Cool Ranch Doritos. What's the problem?
There are kids that are named like Apple. And what do you call them? You call them Apple. That's their name.
Oh, have you heard what Elon Musk has named his kids? Have you heard of that? You're not mad about that for some reason. Nah, but yeah, Cool Ranch Doritos. That's a cool name. Yeah.
Don't name your
like
kid Cool Ranch Doritos. You want them to get bullied?
look
That's how
like
that's how they're gonna get bullied. So this one says it has a response on it. I assume it's yours that I can't see. And I said we do this online all the time. People have online monikers and we just call them by their online moniker. As far as I know,
Right?
Mr. Beard does not use the pronoun he or him, from my understanding. But he still, but they still go by Mr. Beard, right? So, like, your online moniker does not entail who you are in real life or how you identify, because that's the whole point of being anonymous on the internet. You can be whoever you want to be. Right? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
My reply to that was right.
The answer is that I don't think they can. The second half says, yeah, Cool Ranch Doritos, right? If I ask people to call me Cool Ranch Doritos, you'll call me by that, or you're not going to treat... Oh, if you don't, you're not treating me equally. I'm pretty sure I said I would probably call them Jam, with a picture of Jam, and then that I might call... like, as if I was friends with them, I would call them Schmuckers as a nickname.
That's cute.
Yes, it's
God.
super cute, Mon. You're calling somebody a schmuck. This person said, let me guess your pronouns.
And
then this person said, your pronouns are invalid. Your pronouns.
So the person was like, oh, let me guess your pronouns. And I was like, or you can ask me. And then this buffoon comes in and he's like, oh, your pronouns are invalid. Like, nobody cares. I was like, I don't care what opinion you have about my pronouns. Your opinion about my pronouns is inconsequential to my life. Fuck off. That's what the reply was.
But if my use of your pronouns is inconsequential, then why tell me what they are? If someone doesn't care what pronouns I use when addressing them because my opinion is inconsequential, why tell me at all? You obviously care. They've completely skipped the conversation ahead of this. Because the person brought up that said, let me guess your pronouns, and you're saying, I don't care what you think my pronouns should or should not be. It's not relevant. And they're like, well, then you obviously care. And it's like, no, this person brought up a whole separate point. You've meow.
Yeah. Well, the point.
I like how this person completely, they went way out of their way to misspell your name.
Yeah. No, but I'll give them the benefit of doubt because the N and the M on the keyboard are side by side, so yeah.
Yeah, but it says Mamianas.
Oh, okay. Alright, they just changed my name. Okay. Are you addressing me or someone else? I think you confused my profile with someone else's.
Mamiana's attitude is also exactly the attitude that pronoun person would have at work, making them everything explained in this video. What?
Well, yeah. So they're making assumptions about me.
Well, they're making assumptions, but they're also, implying that the way you behave on Twitter is the equivalent to the way, and, the way you argue and discuss on Twitter is the same way you behave in the workplace.
Yeah. Why do you want to be... Why are they so desperate to be dicks? I don't get it.
I have no idea. Just really, really, really attached to being an asshole.
Yeah, I don't know. This was... I get it. This was the same attitude when women started working first. And then when gays got into the military. Right?
Yeah.
This was... But people adjusted to this whole thing. So people were assholes for some time. But... Yeah, and I think so people are being asshole this time. So it will take time for people to come back to the normalcy of yeah, there's no point of being an asshole.
Why are conservatives mad about more people in the workforce?
Because they have to share the spaces now.
Yeah, but that seems like the opposite of the general political ideology is to have more workers and create more jobs and have more economy. And they're just like, yeah, but not those guys.
Yeah, nah, Chesh, nah. All the aliens coming in the country are taking over the jobs.
Oh, okay. Drink for bag of dicks. So
yeah,
I just don't get it because you're also not the one who brought up your pronouns. That other person did.
Yeah.
So if they're gonna complain that you're the one having the conversation, it was the conservative person that made the issue about pronouns in the first place, and the conservative person that made pronouns an issue in the first place. These are the people making a big deal in the workplace, and they're just trying to gaslight everybody into thinking that because you answered their question, you're the one with the problem, and making it difficult for everybody. And it's like, well, you fucking brought it up.
Yeah. Like, I don't care what you think about my pronouns on Twitter. You are totally... Hey! Yeah, you're a total stranger. I don't care about your opinion. Yes, I will care about the opinion of my friends and also maybe my colleagues, you know, whom I have to work with. Yeah, and also like
I'm sorry, you don't give a shit about what Grape has to say? Diesel 5995? You don't care? Why not? You don't care about quit stalking my profile because you lost an argument because you said something stupid to begin with, and now you creep pussy ass is obsessed with me? In your head, loser. Wait, they have a hold on. Oh, website can't be reached. Oh.
Let me see if I can try and reach it.
You got 58 followers. I think you might need to calm the fuck down. Oh boy.
Yeah, the site cannot be reached. Oh, okay. Dude, your link's not working. Check it.
Bro. Somebody let this man know. Somebody let this man know that Grape's link isn't working. Do not harass this person.
Grape. Oh my goodness.
Hey, I don't think letting somebody know that their link's not working is harassment.
Yeah, no. It's like, dude, we checked it out. Just correct the shit.
You know what, since this isn't
we are helping
anyway,
you.
Since, yeah. Hold on, I'll let him know. Hold up. Where did he go? Here he is. It's okay, I'll let him know.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
The link on your Twitter isn't working. Just a heads up. There we go, now he knows. Problem solved. I'm out here helping people. I don't know what you mean. So this person says, race wasn't mentioned once in this video. And so, right. Because you started talking about, so gender, race, religion, sexual orientation are all of them fall under harassment and protection law. So they're like protected groups so that you can't discriminate against people because of these things. The reason like race is listed as race and not listed as black people is because it would be bullshit to say that you can discriminate against everybody except black people. That's why it's race. Yeah. So because like people have it in their mind that, and this is specifically like an American thing, I'm not going to say this applies across the world, but people tend to have it in their mind that like, well, why isn't there a straight parade? Well, why don't we get to celebrate being white people? You don't understand. Being white is already protected under these things. You're already in there, bro. You just didn't notice. And the reason you didn't notice is because of privilege.
Yay.
And
that's so used to.
And that's what privilege is.
Yeah. Yeah. And then to go ahead and, you know, whine about other people getting to share your spaces, that kind of is entitlement, you know.
Well, the thing is that they already have it. And so, like, well, what are you guys fighting for more? This thing already exists. And it's like, no, it exists for you.
Yeah,
I had to have a conversation.
Have to prove ourselves.
Right, I've had to have a conversation about privilege with somebody at work once, because they were like, but my life's been really hard. I didn't benefit from anything. And it's like, no, it's not a benefit. Right? It doesn't mean that you've benefited or you don't have like other things that you're suffering from that might negate having such a great life. It's not a term to describe an individual's experience, right? It has nothing to do with your individual experience, nor the individual experience of any, like, this is why you tend to get really weird takes out of successful minorities, where it's like, well, I don't think there's any issues with privilege, and it's like, yeah, an individual's...
Yeah, bruh.
Right.
you're at the top of the eco chain, so you don't see the problems or you don't face those problems. But you start coming down that eco chain, you will start experiencing
Well, because
those
again,
issues.
it's not about the individual, right? And
Yeah.
so you end up with this. It's an incredibly unfortunate misnomer because it tends to happen with particularly lower class people, like people who have less money, right? So it's a very classist system based on how much money you have, right? So there's a lot of privilege that you get for having money. And so a white person who has grown up in like the slum of their city is going to be like, well, I didn't have any benefits for being white. I suffered just like everybody else, and I got shit on more because I was white living in these spaces. And that that doesn't invalidate privilege, nor does it invalidate their experience. It doesn't. This is an individual's experiences, not what privilege is talking about. Privilege is not talking about an individual's experience. It's talking about the structure overall.
Yeah. And yeah, like for example, I'll give a perfect example. Like in India, we go nuts if foreigners come in, right? Oh yeah, they are our guests. We need to look after them. When anyone from our northeast states, they're called the sister states. In the northeast, they are border with China, so they share the like features with the Chinese people, right? So when they come to like middle India or like west of India or go down south, the way they are treated, it's horrendous. So it can happen with you in another place, and that does not invalidate your experience. But when you have privilege, you do have privilege in a scenario, and it's good if it will be good if you acknowledge it, because then there's a chance that you might treat people equally and not be an asshole.
Yeah, having there's a little bit of discussion in the side chat is like having rights isn't the privilege part, right? Like the most of the systems in the Western world are at least set up to say that you can't be discriminated against based on these things. Privilege is in practice what happens, right? And that's where you get discussions about like critical race theory, and where you get discussions about like what is privilege and how do you define it. Is privilege the best term to use for it? I don't know, maybe not. I'm not in charge of these things. I just work here. Go call the manager. I don't know. So yeah, they said race wasn't mentioned once in this video, and it's just, yeah, what did you say? Yeah, that I was talking about the overarching issue in totality, not just what she mentioned in the video.
Yeah, I said I just made a general statement, dude. That's what I replied. It was a general statement, and then this person comes in. It's not okay to be prejudiced against any race. Any agreed? I was like, yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like the top tier. You do not understand that you're already included.
Yeah, by default. You're included by default, and whatever happens, you will not be excluded, because the systems have been set up in such way that you will never be excluded. You are the default. Accept that.
I can't remember who I was talking to, and they were saying that they didn't have a very good understanding, and they didn't really get why people cared about pronouns so much. And they're like, I don't get the big deal. Like, I don't, it's like kind of whatever to me. If somebody calls me like the wrong thing, I'd kind of give them the side eye, but that'd be about it. And I'm like, that's because you're the bare bones baseline. You are like you fall strictly within the lines that people expect you to be in. You are this, and this, which means you are like the default option in a video game. The fact that there is a consistent default option in video games alone, and it is always the same looking dude, is a perfect example. You've got a relatively thin white dude with very short or no hair, of medium build. That is the... Right? Yeah, like if you load up a game and that is the default dude, that's the default person that comes up.
Yeah, and also like how long will you give that person a side eye for? If they keep addressing you by
Right.
wrong pronouns, how long will you tolerate that?
Well,
How
and
long do you think you will be like, yeah, whatever?
I think
Some people
people
might.
also misunderstand like
Yeah.
the straw that breaks the camel's back, right? If you're
Mm-hmm.
treated this way for so long, so often, and somebody makes a mistake, that person might just be at the end of their rope, right? And now that doesn't mean like there's something to be said about lashing out and like in what way can you lash out that is more or less acceptable by society, and that's all well and good and whatever the fuck. Like maybe you shouldn't be assaulted over it, right? But if they're mad at you, are they really overreacting or freaking out, or is this just a tension that's been built up for such a long period of time? It's called being empathetic. And if I'm the one telling you that, you know you're in trouble.
Oh boy.
So this person said, look at you getting triggered and had to bring race when no one else was talking about it.
So I just like quoted my tweet. I just made a general statement, and then this guy comes in.
Specifically calling out entitled white men is not a general statement, not by a landslide, especially when the video is by a young white female too. Appears that us blokes took another beating just for the sake of it. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. You think that she didn't bring up like old white men. She did. Just implicitly, not explicitly. If you recall, at the very beginning of... let me show you. Let me show you exactly where she brought it up.
Comprehension, English comprehension, people.
Listen very carefully.
So if I was like hiring and I saw pronouns, here's what I'm going to assume. I'm going to assume you're obviously very liberal. So I'm going to assume you're...
Twice.
One assumption is... Yeah.
There's two of them.
Yeah.
The first...
Where do you liberal?
The first is employment.
Mm-hmm.
The second is conservatives versus liberals. She brings up this liberal point specifically. And tell me, who makes up the majority of the Conservative Party in its leaders?
Oh, yeah. Did
And
he have to spell it out for you?
And tell me, out of like, let's say the top 15 employers in the country of America, what are our ethnic percentages that we're talking about here? Now, I don't think that's what you were explicitly pointing out, but if this guy's gonna pretend that white men have nothing to do with this situation, I'm gonna start nitpicking and take a little umbrage with that.
Yeah. And also, she also brings up women. You're probably
says
a woman.
And a straight, and a not straight man.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So who are you catering? Who are you catering to? If it's not like if you're not a woman and you're not a not straight man, what's left?
And you're not a liberal.
And you're not a liberal.
Mm-hmm.
What's left?
I don't know. Oh God.
You're Ben Shapiro. Congratulations. I hope you're upset with yourself. Nobody wants to be Ben Shapiro.
Oh God. He's cringe. He's cringe. He's
Ben
so
Shapiro?
cringe.
You guys want to take a mini break from this and I'll show you guys something?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
He thinks talking fast will like make him look intelligent.
He uses the same tactics that Destiny does, actually.
And Andrew Tate.
Yeah, it's I have lots of statistics, and I'm gonna tell you those statistics, but I'm not actually going to explain where I got the statistics from, and yada 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 yada. And that's not to say that Destiny always does this. It is just a tactic. It's not inherently.
It's kind of a trick question.
It being a shut up. It being a tactic doesn't mean it's inherently a bad thing, by the way. It's just, it is a tactic. And I think it's fair to acknowledge it. It's a rhetorical tactic. Okay, I don't know. Is this real? I thought this was... I legitimately asked and nobody's actually answered me. Because, like, I was like, is this a deep fake? Apparently not.
Just
Guys,
All right.
tell us.
All right, Matt.
It's kind of a trick question because I hate them both equally. But I guess I would say I would rather do the dishes. But I'd prefer if she just did both of the things.
Michael, to you.
Dishes, it's no question. I'm not sure in our entire marriage if I've ever done a full load of laundry, so I think I have that one.
I like it. All right, Drew.
Well, this is a trick question because I have not done anything around the house for 40 years. I've been a completely useless. But it's clear that if I had to choose, it would have to be dishes because she was just out of town for a month and I actually called her up and said, how do you do laundry? So I think dishes is the only thing I know how to do.
All right, to the answers. Ben, you answered dishes. Mrs. Shapiro said, I'm not sure Ben knows how to do laundry, so I'll go with the dishes, which he does quite often, and she threw in a little thanks, hun. Matt, you answered, I hate them both, but dishes. Your wife said dishes, and she also threw in, he doesn't know how to do the laundry. Again, being thrown under the bus.
True.
Michael, you answered dishes.
Throwing
Your
under
wife
the
said
bus?
neither, but if there was a gun to his head, he would choose dishes. And Drew, finally, you answered, I don't do anything but the dishes if I had to. And your wife put, again in all caps here, very forceful answer, since he doesn't know how to do laundry, as we learned when I was out of town for several weeks, I'm guessing it's the dishes.
What is it with men not washing their own underwear? I don't get it. Some men, not all men.
Wow,
Like,
yeah,
some
we're,
men, like,
we're right straight back to men don't wipe their asses, aren't we? We've got full circle. I don't know how you would admit to something so pathetic as this. Do conservative women just like children?
Yeah, and they have chores. They
What?
have chores all around the house. I don't get it.
I do get a bit of a giggle out of like how well the women know their men. I would be curious to know if the men know their women as well. But also, I would.
They are the center of the universe. That's what it is.
I mean, I would also be curious to like. I mean, I view this as like, they are legitimately telling you right now that you need to do this shit more often. And the one dude at least kind of accidentally slips that he's been useless for the past 40 years.
Yeah. It was like, I don't know anything. Yeah. That's
What
something to
did-
brag about and laugh about.
What did you do before you got married?
Yeah. Or did you get married quite young and before that your mommy used to do your laundry?
Oh my god. I got married so I could have a housekeeper and a mommy to take care of me because I'm a big baby
Yeah.
person.
Yeah, those are the vibes I'm getting from these people. Seriously.
It's sad.
Women.
It's pathetic. Again,
Yeah.
I think this is weaponized ignorance, as we've talked
This
about
is
on
the
the channel
same
before.
thing. This is the same thing I told my parents when my parents were like, "Oh, if you have a partner, life becomes easier." I'm like, "No, I will end up washing that guy's underwear, and I don't want to do that. I'm already washing mine. I don't want to take on an extra load. Thank you very much."
I'm straight up going back to, if you don't change the toilet paper roll, you're a bad person. If you make somebody else clean up your cum socks, you're a bad person. Period. End of sentence. Clean up after yourself, you disgusting fucking human being. Like, you nasty. You nasty. Stop being
You nasty.
nasty. What the fuck?
Stinking nasty.
This is a 4 for 4. Men at the Daily Wire don't know how to basic hygiene. Fucking you. Like, I know
Yeah,
teenagers that
you.
know better than this. My god.
Conservative. I would just advise, give some advice. I don't know, to the spouses of these idiots. Expect more of them and dunk more of them because, yeah,
It's
you can't do
sad.
it forever. Yeah, it's sad, man. Really sad.
It's sad. Alright, I think we should take a quick break because I know you're gonna need a refill. We've also been live for an hour and a half. You need a refill
Yeah, I need
on
a
your
break.
coffee? Alright. We're gonna take a
Yes,
quick break.
yes,
We're gonna come
please.
back to this. I hope you've enjoyed your time with us. Please feel free to like, subscribe, share, and all that good shit, up there. And we'll be back in a couple minutes. It's gonna be silent, by the way, because I'm still figuring this out. I'll get it sorted eventually. I trust in me. Believe in me. Believe in the me that believes in you. That believes in you. That
Guys,
believes in me.
imagine the music playing. Come on. You
Imagine
can
the
do that
music
for
playing.
us.
Play your own music. All right, we'll be back. Hi, hello, it's me. Mine's not back yet, so I figured I'd just entertain you guys all with my horrendous voice. In the meantime, I want to point out, Sly Sparkane makes a good point and says, women ain't the cleanest alone either. I worked for years in a hotel, go into some beautiful woman's room, dirty underwear and products all over the floor sink, destroyed makeup on the pillowcase. Yeah, it's a question about the difference between what are the expectations of each, right? People expect women to be very clean and like take care, like household chores of cleaning and stuff, right? It's a difference between an individual versus the overarching scenario and situation. Like, women's bathrooms are some of like the worst I've ever seen. Having had worked night shift at some places. Yeah, no, women can and are equally as disgusting, and therefore, no, that's exactly the point, right? No single individual nor single gender ought to be expected to do one or the other, right? We're all women, or sorry, we're all people, and so when it's not fair to just expect men to be incompetent and gross and dirty all the time, the same way it's not fair to expect a woman, just because they're a woman, to be clean and tidy and, like, upkept and do all the upkeeping all of the time, right? It's the same thing as, like, with the patriarchy. You don't expect every white person is going to succeed. It just means that there is an unfair expectation and an unfair setting that enables one thing or another. And yes, no, Sly, I know you're not saying guys are better. I know. I got you. Hey, welcome back.
I has returned.
I got another beer. What'd you get?
Coffee. I need coffee.
I was thinking about, I just tried last night, I tried one of the first gin drinks I've ever had. And it was gin and cranberry juice with lemon.
I've heard a lot about that.
It was quite good. So I don't think it had enough gin in it, especially for how expensive it was, because it was an expensive place, and I'm never going back there again, because not only were the drinks not well mixed, but also it was way too pricey. I would rather spend half the amount of money on a place that has a little bit of more my style atmosphere and with more my style drinks for less money, if you know what I mean. But hey, I'm gonna make my own at home because that was pretty good. Yo, that drink cost me $10. Like, come on, dude. Yeah, you're gonna give me a $10 drink and it's gonna be this big. And the fanciest thing about it is it's got a splash of cranberry juice that made it look pink.
I love it when we go on, like, trainings and, like, conferences that our company organizes, and everybody eats the fuck out and, like, gets sloshed wine.
They also charged me for 2 beers, and I only had 1, and I was like, the fuck?
Whose beer are you charging me for?
Right? It was like a $10 glass of beer, too. It's just like an amber ale, too. It was a good beer, but it wasn't a $10 beer.
Yeah, nah, $10 expensive, man.
Yeah, it was an expensive place. It was I didn't... Ugh. If I wasn't careful and I didn't leave early, I would have spent way too much money.
Oh boy.
Before that, we went to another... It cost me less to get food, 2 double rum and cokes, than it did to get a beer and a drink at this other place.
Oh god.
Ridiculous.
Oh, that's no good. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, anyway.
Alright.
Ben Shapiro's stupid. The Daily Wire's dumb.
Learn to wash your own
laundry. They're legitimately these pseudo-intellectual big-brain men that don't know how to operate a washing machine. You know for a fact that all these dudes have dishwashers, right? Like, none of them are washing dishes by fucking hand. Nah. It's loading a dishwasher and pushing 2 buttons. Like, they can't do that. They can't operate basic machinery.
And they're not gonna take out the dishes and dry them and put them, back. They're not gonna do that. They will be expecting their partners to do that. Right? Watch
Well,
a
yeah.
YouTube video if you want to learn how to do laundry. Help out your partner, man, once in a while. She's not a robot or a machine that
How
keeps on
about-
doing shit.
How about just not being embarrassing, like, as a human? Like, just like, they sit around and complain about, like, incompetent men and these incompetent people because they don't have a job, or they have this, or they have that, and they're just sucking on the teat of the government. These motherfuckers don't know how to run a washing machine. Like, why would anybody take you fucking seriously? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Get the hell out of here.
I guess from next time, if someone tells me they don't do their own laundry and they don't operate they don't know how to operate their washing machine, I'm going to be like, you're useless.
Well, yeah. I mean, quite frankly, this ought to be treated with, like, the same amount of, like, horrified, like, what the fuck, are you stupid, as you would if somebody tells you, like, they put, like, I don't know, ketchup on steak. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? What are you thinking? This is embarrassing. Why would you ever why would you ever admit to this? Speaking of waterboarding, things that wouldn't that you wouldn't get out of me with waterboarding, that I was completely incompetent around my own house for 40 years. Like, wow, my guy. Yeah, most have instructions printed directly on the machine. Correct.
Oh my god. Yeah. Even about the colors also, like, if you want to separate different colors, like, I don't wash my black jeans with anything else. They get washed separately in one cycle, a small cycle, because black dye is horrendous in first few washes when you wash your fucking jeans. Yeah.
Manya, but I don't know how much liquid soap to put into the dishwasher. It's almost like it's not like that the cup has, like, little indications on it for 1, 2, and 3, like, for, like, a small load, a medium load, or a large load. Like, I also don't know what a big or a small or a medium load is. Manya, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, but I do know what a small, medium, and a large dick is.
There you go. Wash it all on cold in one giant load. Yeah, I mean, some days it just do be like that. Alright. This guy says, specifically calling out entitled white man is not a general statement. Oh, right, you're right. Yeah, they already we explained this. She is the one who brought race up, just indirectly. You're the one who brought up race, projecting much, you racist bigot. No.
And I just replied with the same, I quote tweeted the same thing. I made a general statement.
Well, here's the thing. If somebody's saying that you're a racist bigot because you said all races are protected under, like, you can't be discriminated against based on your race, is not a racist statement. It's a statement about race and that race is protected.
Yeah, and if you're not protecting race, what it might end up with.
Oh, sure, yeah, you end up with discrimination against specific races. But again, we're back to the white people are already included in that.
Yeah. Yeah, like, oh god. Yeah, they just, the whole point just went right over their heads.
I'm almost positive that if you had said black man instead of white man, it was just a general statement wouldn't save you from being a racist. Oh, they're saying that you're racist not because you brought up that races are protected. They're saying you're racist because you brought up that you're catering to white men. But again, she's the one who brought it up. She literally named that you have to cater to everybody except for white men. She liberal woman, not straight man. That leaves literally conservative men who are predominantly white by a massive margin.
Yeah.
She named everybody except Nick Fuentes. Those paint chips are showing on Twitter.
I know it's a layered logic. That doesn't mean it's not valid. Learn to read through layered logic.
It's not even layered logic. It's that I didn't
not that much.
Because this woman didn't specifically say white men. You're wrong for calling out that she's pointing at and talking about white men. Because that's what she's asking for. She's asking for people to cater to the sensibilities of
everyone.
White conservatives, and specifically men, because she took women out specifically.
Oh, the girl. Okay, the lady.
The lady, yeah. Because the thing is had you said black men, it would have just been straight up inaccurate.
Yeah.
Because there's not.
It would have made sense.
Hold on, I'm gonna look at. I'm curious. What is the demographic for white to non-white in the Conservative Party of America? Okay. Demographics and lifestyle amongst typology groups. As the United States has grown more demographically diverse, the differences in the racial ethnic composition of the Republican and Democratic coalitions have widened. These differences are clearly evident in the political typology. So this is just the first one I found. Faith, populist right, ambivalent right, stress, sideliners, yada 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 yada. GOP-oriented groups are largely white. Democratic oriented groups are far more ethnically diverse.
Oh, surprise, surprise.
Wow, go fucking figure.
As if I was talking sense, and these morons just they're just banging their heads against the wall.
Yeah. Democratic mainstays have the largest share of black adults among the 9 typology groups at 26%, with the next 2 largest groups sharing among established liberals 18% and outsiders left 15%. The share of black adults in each of the remaining groups is around 10%, except for the 3 most conservative groups. Black males make up 1% or fewer of the faith and flag conservatives, committed conservatives, and the populist right.
Oh wow.
Oh wow. So who could she have possibly been referring to when she said not what she was talking about everybody except for liberals, women, and not straight men? What? Yeah. 1% split between 3 groups of black men. Yes. Obviously.
Yeah, of course.
Manya, you're the racist. How dare you? How dare you point out that thing she accidentally just said out loud?
Oh, I made them uncomfortable, didn't I? Oof.
I mean, you just pointed out how they were racist as fuck, so, I mean, I can imagine that would make most people uncomfortable. I mean, it's good that it makes them uncomfortable, I'll give them that much. You should feel uncomfortable for saying some dumb shit like that. I know what backpedaling, deflection, and obfuscation is. That is what you're doing right now. You told the world what you are, and now you're trying to hide it. Okay, hold on. I need this person's tweet. Hold on. Copy address. Sorry, hold on. I need to...
So, do you want me to...
I need to send them a link to this.
Do you want me to, tell you what I replied to Joey Clement on the comment of wouldn't save you from being a racist?
Yeah, tell me. Yeah. Where's
so I replied and I replied and asked them, do you know what a stereotype and sarcasm are? I just asked them, do you know sarcasm and stereotypes at all?
Well, the thing is like, you don't even have to use a stereotype. You can use the literal numbers that we just looked up, that I just pulled up.
Yeah.
This is not as... These are actual... These are actual just statistics.
I didn't pull that out of my ass, you know? I didn't pull it just out of my ass. I know. Maybe I knew what I was getting into and talking about. I don't know. But I didn't know that it will go into shit like that.
Having a conversation and actually analyzing it, this is 100% deflection. It's definitely not you addressing exactly what you said and exactly what it means, and then even going further in depth. And this is beyond doubling down. Doubling down would just be repeating it and being like, oh, I'm not wrong. This is like, no, I'm right, and let me show you how.
Here you go.
I'm just here to facilitate. I hired a vegetarian once. Oh, did you know? Within 2 months, so much changed. It became too complicated to our routine company cookouts. I stopped providing lunch for my entire staff because it became ridiculous. Some people are extremely entitled to forcing their lifestyles on others. Okay.
I just replied to this person with a scenario that I faced in uni where one of my colleagues is a Muslim and she was eating beef. And she kind of started to apologize to me. Yeah. And I was like, I don't care what's in your tiffin. And I think so that is what most of the people will behave as. If you are hiring someone and you're not giving them a vegetarian option, then is the problem. And I think so that's what happened with you. You didn't give them a vegetarian option. You just said, this is what it is, or just eat leaves and salad. That's it. And that's not fair.
I'm going to take
this. You did that.
I'm going to take this backwards, right? So, okay. Some people are extremely entitled for forcing their lifestyles onto the others. Yes, like conservatives.
Uh-huh.
There are lots of people and individuals that like to force their lifestyle on other people.
Yeah.
Right? Some
especially
do go so far. Sorry?
Yeah. Around bodily autonomy. Especially around bodily autonomy.
And some go so far as to try to do that via government regulations and laws. We agree with this statement. The next, I stopped providing lunch for my entire staff because it became ridiculous. So you weren't willing to put the work in for your staff because you don't care enough about them. Okay, that's fine. You're allowed to make that decision of it as an employer. It's not something you're required to do as an employer. It would make you a better employer. It would make you a more competitive employer, but you're not required to provide lunches for your staff, and you don't have the energy nor the effort, or you don't care about them enough to do so. That's fine. It became too complicated for our routine company cookouts. So you're stupid and don't know how to manage. Noted. Okay. Yeah. That's fine. I hired a vegetarian once. Within 2 months, so much changed. So you hired somebody without taking into, like, you already don't have a workplace that's functional for everybody for the get-go.
Yeah. Why? Like, sometimes, why won't you have vegetarian options? I'm just thinking.
Well, the thing is that there's a misnomer, right? And I think it's on full display here. And it's that you can make, let's say we're talking about a barbecue. So let's say you made like a cookout. So let's say you were making skewers. Skewers is one of the easiest things to make at a barbecue to have vegetarian or vegan options, because what do?
Have you heard of paneer? Have you heard of cheese skewers? Yeah.
Yeah, you cut up the vegetables, you cut up the meat, and then people can put whatever they want on their skewer, get it cooked up real quick, done, bing, bang, boom, end of problem, right? There are very easy, you could supply, I guarantee you, I could do a whole spread and have it be entirely vegetarian, and nobody would fucking even notice, because I didn't call it vegetarian. And so there's this misnomer that comes along with vegetarians. Now, that doesn't mean that maybe this individual that you hired was a pain-in-the-ass asshole, and they weren't willing or able to work with you. Maybe they were, but to try to pretend that your workplace was already able to cater to this is like, you already weren't. You weren't able to, and you said it was too complicated and you couldn't put in the effort because you didn't know how to Google vegetarian options and pick ones that would actually take 20 minutes out of your fucking day.
Yeah.
A non-meat dish, fuck that, no more lunch. Here's the thing, it's very likely that you already had vegetarian options at your cookouts.
Yeah. You just ignored them on purpose because you wanted to discriminate, or you wanted to be an asshole, simply as that.
Spread. All right, we got, this person said, imagine thinking anti-capitalist would be a good fit for your company. The pronoun brigade believes in eat the rich, and down with the patriarchy, and loving your country is racist.
I had no fucking clue where that came from.
How is
I was like, what?
How is that a good fit for any company who is built to make money? Making money isn't inherently capitalist, by the way. If we're gonna start talking about, like, economy, we're gonna have to start having a whole different conversation. But you know what's good for an economy? Having more workers and people willing to do jobs for money that can be, or people willing to start businesses for money that they can then feed in. You know, people who may or may not use different pronouns, and like, why the fuck do you care so much, Jesus Christ?
Yeah.
This is the thing. These people are just incessantly bitching that you said that about that.
I said the uncomfortable part out loud.
These fictional scenarios that they've made up in their head, because that's what she does. She's like, well, if I'm an employer, then this is the situation I imagine when I find out that you call yourself a woman, whether I agreed with that you're a woman or not. So who's the one bringing politics in? Who's the one bringing gender in? Is it
who's bringing the sexuality in?
Is it the person throwing the giant bitch fit? And then they're mad that you rightfully called out that she was referring to catering to straight white men, and that race is protected under labor laws. So noted, this lady would get sued. This video, remember how she said, like, you're the one who's likely to sue? You don't get it. You making this video means if you ran a business, you're about to get fucked.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of malicious compliance. If this woman owns a business, I think that a bunch of, like, gay people, trans people, anybody who then applies to be part of that person's business ought to be, like, put their pronouns on their resume in capital letters, and just, like, everybody go and apply to this person's workplace. Everybody, and just put your that is malicious compliance. That is, she's asking, she wants to know ahead of time so she can cater her hiring to her presupposed assumptions about you as an individual based on the fact that you use things like I and your and them and they and her and she and he and they. Like, just put pronouns in your fucking resume in all capital letters, so that way this woman can make a good decision ahead of time and knows what she's getting into, unlike this poor person and the vegan that they accidentally hired.
Yeah. It's also like, if you check out the replies under my tweet, there are people who have said, oh, if people put their pronouns on their resume, I just throw their resumes in trash and I don't consider them for
well,
employment.
I sure hope that nobody finds out who you are and where you work, because you're asking for a lawsuit, because guess what? You're not allowed to discriminate against those things. That's called discrimination. You're not, and that is against the law. So you're just rearing yourself up for, pray to God nobody finds your IP address. Welcome to the internet, by the way.
Yeah.
This is not a safe place.
Yeah. This actually video came from an account called, what's the account name? Bourbon is Life 80. So if you click at there's a
oh no, like the drink.
Click at the there's like a small link at the bottom of the video which says "In Tyler We Trust." Just go, yeah, that one. Go, yeah. So it says, "My future HR manager, sir, what is your company?"
I'm sorry, I was looking at their
bio. Reject modernity and embrace masculinity. Typo gang. Hashtag typo gang. Oh God.
He's got a YouTube.
Really?
Oh no, he just linked to this YouTube, which is a video from 6 years ago.
You're stalking me.
Oh, okay.
The damn king.
Damn, dude.
Oh, it's just a clip from Fight Club.
Oh, okay. Oh.
What the fuck? It's just a clip from Fight Club. Oh,
why are you
God.
stealing shit?
Yeah, whatever.
God. One, you go down the rabbit hole and it's like a whole quagmire of bullshit.
You know what? I kind of don't disagree with the pin tweet. The left, the right, and me knowing neither side will actually do anything to fix our problem, so we might as well find a good fishing hole and watch it all burn down. I don't entirely disagree with that. You know what I do disagree with? Pretending that one side isn't trying to, like, nuke the other out of existence. Because, like, I'm not a fan of extremism. Okay, so, like, I'll put it this way. I think I think extremism can be justified, but I think it needs to be directed. Right? So, like, I wasn't a big fan of the way the Harry Potter legacy shit went down, because I think it was a misdirection of, like, I don't think it was beneficial or useful or a good thing to do to go and harass unrelated streamers and people playing the game, right? I think that those are people who would rather be on your side, and, like, okay, I'm gonna put my PR hat on, all right? And my PR hat
They're trying to cancel J.K. Rowling. They're trying to cancel J.K. Rowling by bullying people who play a video game. That is not how it's going to work. Bulbasaur!
This is my PR Bulbasaur. PR Bulbasaur tells me... PR Bulbasaur is telling me the future. He's giving me so much extra and additional information. PR Bulbasaur knows what he's talking about. And PR Bulbasaur says that if you want to win in a social and class-based war, then what you need to do is pick and choose your battles, and you need to be directed in your extremism. So if you're going to be extreme and you think that harassment is the way to go, and that's a decision that you've decided to make, then you need to harass the right people, because if you don't harass the right people, you're going to end up losing the majority of, like, you're going to lose sympathy. And you don't want to lose sympathy, so you want to be able to do both. Right? Because I'm not going to sit here and pretend that, like, trans people and people of minorities aren't getting, like, actually attacked, right? That their rights aren't being attacked, that there's so many anti-trans bills, particularly in America. It's not like women aren't getting attacked, yada, et cetera, et cetera. Black people are suffering, people are dying in the streets, like, they're getting shot by cops. This is a thing. And so, to expect the side that is literally being killed in the street to not lash out or not respond with at least the equivalent amount of aggression, I think is naive. And to pretend that that's not historically what will happen eventually if people don't fucking listen and see the signs ahead of time is absurd. And I think if you're going to pretend and try to whitewash that, oh, well, no, it's wrong to do this, it's wrong to do that, it's wrong to do this. If you're getting harassed, are you wrong for defending yourself? If you get attacked, are you wrong to defend yourself? No, of course not.
Shesh, I'm gonna send you something in
Murder is always an option. I didn't say that. I don't know. I was quoting somebody.
You were quoting me, I guess.
No, I was quoting an activist from the Black Panthers.
Ooh, interesting.
What did you send me? What is this?
It's not related to the topic, but kind of related to the topic, but it's funny.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. Alright, I don't know what it is later. Fucking goddamn it.
Okay.
The pronoun brigade believes in eat the rich. What the fuck does that even mean? I know what eat the rich is, and I understand what pronoun brigade is, but what do you mean by believes in? The way this is being used is bizarre to me. Like, you think the people who are in the top percentage here believe in or utilize capitalism? No, they fucking don't. They utilize socialism. They take your tax dollars and use it to bail themselves out when they fuck up, and use it to offset their own costs and fuck you over. They squeeze the shit out of you. That's the way monopolies are not capitalist. And guess what? If you've got 1% of people owning an insane amount of the wealth, that's a monopoly or a duopoly, or it's like 10 people. That is not capitalism. The fuck do you think capitalism is? And I would probably argue that most people aren't actually against capitalism. They're against late-stage capitalism, which I even have a hard time calling capitalist. Anyway, this person's stupid.
And there's a reason why Republicans want a lot of children, a lot of adults in future, but with minimal education. because then they get free labor. That's what I'm telling you. If you don't educate your children properly, you don't demand proper education for your school through your tax dollars and etc., etc., instead of bailing the big corporations out, you will have mindless laborers in the future. And that's what Republicans want, because they cater to the big organizations, the big corporations.
Can we throw this person in the dumpster? Just throw the whole person out. Look at this.
With the water and the baby.
The ones who aren't that way are not shoving pronoun down people's throats. If I open a page with pronouns in their bio, it's usually followed by one or more of bumper stickers. Do you really want to talk to people about like how obnoxious bumper stickers are and like shoving down people's? Do you have any idea how many fucking
Austin, Texas?
many billboards are in cities in America? It's insane. And I'm not even talking about like billboards that advertise specific stuff. I just mean billboards totally, like the amount of advertising, the amount that's like directed at Jesus, the amount that's like conservatism. Like, don't fucking at me about if that counts. If somebody having a bumper sticker you don't like counts as it being shoved down your throat, we are not gonna talk. You cannot do this.
Yeah,
No.
then the religious conservatives have been like raking our throats since so many decades. God. I didn't reply to this moron. I was just like, I don't know.
That's too stupid. That's too stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Simplify. Cater to normal. Okay, so straight white men are what is normal. He said the quiet part out loud.
Yeah. I just said, did I say anything different? I just replied with that. I'm like, did I say anything different?
Yo, Manya, he's a provider.
Oh my goodness. Oh god, the universe has spoken to us. The universe has spoken.
Steven over here is a provider.
Steven. Oh no, I'm dead. Oh god, no.
Are there race-based pronouns? Missing the point.
It's nice to see. Point, buddy.
It's nice to see an example in the comments. The message is simple. Personal life shouldn't leak into the professional workplace. Your sexual orientation, pronouns, and political affiliation shouldn't be something people need to work with. These things are subjective. I added in the work with because I'm trying to give them more charity. I put that in quotes. So I responded with this person. I said, cool, then people shouldn't care if someone is gay, trans, or whatever because it's none of their business. So the only one making a stink about the pronoun is you. By using pronouns, you're bringing that information to the forefront. You put at question personal matters. Okay, so let's go by this person's thing. Let's give them the charity and say we're gonna ignore I, your, they, them as, we're going to take those ones out.
Pronouns.
And so, we're going to take out pronouns. We're going to take out she and he, because clearly they mean she and he, and they and them. Alright, maybe there's a solution here. Maybe what we do is we do remove all gendered pronouns from the workplace. What does that look like? You use the person's name, you use I, you use your, you use they, you use them. And in which case you've removed all gendered pronouns in totality.
And it's neutral. And it's neutral. So it's the same for everyone.
And so the only time you would really run into trouble is when you say, okay, Jerry and Jerry.
Yeah.
If you've got two Jerrys, which Jerry are you talking about? Well, if you don't want to use their gender to identify them, you can say, oh, well, Jerry with the long hair. Versus Jerry with the short hair. You use, like, a physical identifier. Or Black Jerry.
Or you can say
because you
Jerry
can't take
Smith.
race out of that. That's not going anywhere, sorry.
Yeah, or you can say Jerry Smith.
Oh my god, Smitty made the same joke I did. Black Jerry. Amazing.
And that's
you guys get me.
That's what I do by default. If I don't know someone's gender pronouns, I just go with they and them. That's what I go with. Because that's how English works, motherfucker.
Sleepy Jerry, yeah, maybe it's a Sleepy Jerry. Maybe it's Jerry. I don't know.
Jerry
pick
who
a
drives
physical...
the forklift.
Oh yeah, Jerry who drives the forklift. Maybe they have a last name. Maybe they have 2 different last names, and one starts with an H and one starts with an M. You say, oh, Jerry M or Jerry H, or you have nicknames for people. And so like Jerry is actually McFly, whatever. And so there's one Jerry, and there's Jerry who everybody calls McFly. I don't know.
I don't want to
expose Jerry with a Y or Jerry with an I. Yeah, which Jerry are you talking about? So there's more. You don't have to use gender as a crutch to recognize somebody, believe it or not.
So my site manager, me and my injury manager, we both are Asians. Like, she's from Philippines, I'm from India, right? Kind of.
Right.
So whenever my site manager sometimes talks about it in a joking way, he's like, oh yeah, that Asian, and everybody's like, which Asian are you talking about?
Yeah.
And he goes, oh yeah, that Asian assassin. And then he's talking about my injury manager. He's like, oh yeah, that Asian assassin. And we're like, oh, okay, we know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
But he does that in an endearing way, and he doesn't do it all the time. He knows our names and he mentions our names, but when he's in a funny mood or when he's very happy, he switches to that kind of talk. And we're like, okay, you're very happy today. Can you sign this?
Right. The thing is like that nobody is going to be perfectly sterilized in every single interaction that they ever have, nor should they be. It's a matter of being respected in your workplace as a human being and being able, if you don't respect people, you can't have fun dialogue like what Manya just described, because people won't be able to know or will not be able to accept this kind of banter, because it's always going to be viewed in a negative light because somebody wants to be an asshole.
Yeah, but we do, like, and then this happens. If he makes any sexual jokes in the middle of ladies, we call him out. I'm like, don't do that, buddy. Don't do that. I just call him out straight up. I'm like, you doing the Asian assassin thing, that's fine. But you in the middle of a group of ladies,
right,
doing that shit, it's not okay. And he was like, oh, okay.
And you gotta and you gotta pick and choose, right? You gotta pick and choose when it's gonna be acceptable and when it's not. And some people are better at that than some people are more tactful and better at recognizing those things than others. It doesn't mean inherently that they're racist or wrong or bad people. It just means they made a bad call or they had a bad take, and it goes correct it. They don't do it again. Problem solved. It's not a big fucking deal. It's really not a big fucking deal. But for some reason, these people who haven't actually experienced this scenario like to overblow and romanticize it into oblivion.
So there's also another funny thing that happened. Like, so when I told everyone that I'm from India, they're like, oh, what does your husband do? I'm like, I don't have a husband. I'm single. And they're like, you're not married? And I was like, no. Like, you should have been married by now. You're from India. I'm like, no. And I went back to India.
Mine is the
my
exception.
brother's marriage. Yeah, I came back and everybody's teasing me. Oh, did you find a husband? Where are you hiding him? When is he landing in New Zealand? I'm like, stop teasing me. And
did you tell him he's over in the lake over there wearing cement shoes?
Oh, or in the sea nearby wearing cement shoes.
This is why I don't get bullied, by the way. I just got zingers.
Yeah.
Don't at me.
Yeah, but it's funny, you know. It's funny. It's like everybody gets a laugh out of it. I'm not like,
you should just fake a husband on them.
Oh god. You know what will happen?
You want to piss them all off? Pretend that I got married. No, he couldn't come. We couldn't afford it this time. So maybe he'll be able to come next time. Then they all think you got married and left them out.
Actually, you know what will happen?
Pissed.
No. My site manager will be like, "Oh, can he come and work for us? Because we have a shortage of manpower." Oh, what I was.
Money, are you offering me a job in New Zealand? Because I'll move.
Yeah, if you're good with knives, why not?
I'm very good with knives.
You're welcome. Because that's what they do. They give residency applications on behalf of the employees who are from Philippines and all those
I'm not
countries
from
coming here to
Philippines.
work.
I'm from Canada.
Yeah, but if you have that skill set, they will support your residency. Is that what I'm saying? So yeah, and that's what my manager will do. He's like, "Oh, I'll get the residency for him. You don't have to worry about. Just get him here, and we'll get the job for him. And then I will be in a pickle. I'll be in a pickle."
No. Your family, not your workplace. It would have been fun to tease them a little bit, but like your
Please don't do that to me. Please.
Yeah, see, yeah, there you go.
That's a nuke waiting to like. You have no
Yes.
fucking idea what will happen.
I can imagine it, and I'm gonna overblow it and romanticize it in my brain, and then I'm gonna complain about Indian culture based on this thing that I made up.
I'm going to get.
I'm gonna
I
tweet
think
about
so.
it.
It will be there will be two different reactions. My dad will go the opposite way, and he will be very mad at me because he obviously is my dad, and there are some ceremonies that dads do when an Indian girl gets married, Hindu girl. My mom, she has been like, just find a boy and get married in whatever way you want. She's so desperate for.
It's okay. I'm a really cute boy, Manya.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, you even got like what do you say? The goatee, we saw you with the goatee in the Discord server and the mustache. So yeah.
Yeah. Listen, I make a really cute boyfriend.
Fact.
Hey. All right, yeah, I will give you right now. Anybody who's getting pressured by their family to get married, whether boy, girl, whatever, you can just tell them that like you're seeing me. I give you permission. You just let me know if you need me to do like a call with your family and bullshit that away just so you get left the fuck alone. You come, I'll help you out. Don't worry about it.
That is so nice of you, Chesh. Maybe I will take that offer up one day.
Yeah, do it.
And my father will be like, "What the fuck did I do by forcing us to find a partner? She just went the other way."
You have any idea how much fun I would have just pressing your dad's buttons?
Oh god, don't
Every
do that.
single one of them. Never met the man, never talked to him. I guarantee, give me 5 minutes, I will have this man on the floor. I'm good at getting men on the floor.
Oh god, I'm trying to imagine that. Oh my fucking lord.
Nobody ever lets me have any fun. So this person describes what an office conversation would look like if you didn't have any pronouns. This is how an office conversation sounds without pronouns. Jack is working over there on the project. Sasha, can Sasha help Jack? Jack is struggling with Jack's copywriting.
Yeah.
So right.
I don't see a problem with that.
There are some languages that do it better than others. English does not do it. English does not do well without pronouns. Other languages do fine. Other languages, instead of saying I like this, you say name likes this. So, or just likes this, right? So if you say skide or daisuki, right, is just I like, but it's one word. It's not. It doesn't have the additional, right. So it just depends on the language you're talking about, and there are better people.
For example, in Hindi, you have a different connotation if it's an elder brother. You have a different connotation if it's your father's sister, and different if it's your mother's sister. Like your mother's sister is called Mosi. Don't laugh about it. And your father's sister is called Bua or Buji for short. So yeah, and I'm also Buji now. Yeah, cousin Buji. I've got many nieces and nephews, so yeah. So and again, for your in-laws from your like husband's side, they will be addressed in a very different terminology, and your in-laws from your mother's side or something like that, they will be or the bride's side, you might say, they will be addressed in different names. So yeah. So yes, Shesh is right. Some languages do it better than others. Yeah. English is very generic. It's so sad. No offense against people who speak English. I am one of them. Yeah, but it's generic. It's pretty generic. Yeah, Giannis, yeah, you're right. Spanish isn't compatible with new pronouns. Yeah, Mandarin, the word changes depending on the emphasis on the vowel. Yeah, like in Hindi also we have like different sounds and we have letters for each of those sounds. It's for example, like there's a sound called t, and then there's another sound called t. I don't think so you guys can pronounce that. There's a sound called the, and then there's a sound called the. Dapper might be able to say it because I know he knows Hindi. So yeah.
French also puts on a lot of like French, Spanish,
yes,
Italian, all put gender terms onto objects, right? So like the is gendered. So instead of saying the, which is non-gendered in English, le and la are gender, like considered gendered terms, but they don't mean gender in the same way, right? They're just, it's like having a word where you have a or an would be a better example, where le and la match a or an, right? So like so if there's a vowel at the beginning, so like you always use L apostrophe if the word in French starts with an H, because H doesn't exist. It exists in writing. You don't pronounce it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
There's this guy.
Your mother comes back.
On YouTube.
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
There's this guy on YouTube who like makes shorts around like languages and how like they came up with different terms and shit.
I love that guy.
So hilarious.
That guy's
so hilarious.
So funny. Love him.
Yeah.
French. We need a word for soap. Douche.
We'll have a E. We'll have a E with a cute little hat on top.
So your mother decided to come back into the chat and say, kind of yes, but I think the message is simpler than that. It's about pitching your resume to the employer. Some employers will want the pronoun thing, and others will find it a big turnoff. Research the place you want the job, otherwise you take the risk putting pronouns in.
I think so.
How about just nobody uses he or she? Let's just abolish them from the English language.
Obliterate, yeah.
Because that would solve the problem that these conservatives are having.
I'm thinking, but if you're asking whether in your applications whether you want to be addressed as a Miss or a Mrs. or a Mister,
right,
and all that.
Yeah, because it's not just he or she. Yeah, Miss, Mr., Mrs. Like, so if you're married or not, women have different terminology if they're married or not, but men don't. Yada yada yada.
Yeah. So yeah, I think so. Then it's fair to maybe start asking about pronouns too.
But that's not what this lady is talking about. No way is that what she's talking about.
Yeah, nah. But like you ask for like, how do you want to be recognized as? Like, you want to be recognized as a New Zealander, Kiwi, Asian Kiwi, Maori. What's your background? You ask all that. Why not the pronouns?
So we would be remiss to not include Feline's thread here.
Yeah. That would be a great blasphemy.
Because Feline went beast mode.
Oh yes.
So back to where Dirt for Huntmore or Justin Moody, because we address people by what they prefer to be called on the internet, because we do that all the time. XX69 Cucklord 420XX. It's nice to see an example in the comments. The message is simple. Personal life shouldn't leak into the professional workplace. Your sexual orientation, pronouns, and political affiliation shouldn't be something people need to work with. These things are subjective. No. Your sexual orientation is not subjective. Other people don't get to decide or have like a subjective opinion about your sexual orientation. It just is or isn't one way or another, or both, or either, or neither, or none. That's not subjective. It's individualistic, not subjective. Pronouns, also, same thing that applies to sexual orientation. Political affiliation is definitely more of a choice. That is more of a you working out what you agree with and what you don't. Your philosophy about.
Yeah,
et cetera, et cetera.
It's again the same thing, right? Like we say that the white man is the default. Like, it's the same thing with heterosexuality. It's considered the default. So when a homosexual, like it comes in that this person is a homosexual, it's like, oh, it's different from the norm.
Now it's a big
so
deal.
it's like it shouldn't come in the mainstream, workplace. That's what I think so, and that's what some of the teachers and schools are trying to do with children, to normalize that there are different kinds of relationships, and what do you say? Acclimatize them to
Acclimatize,
such
yeah.
things as they grow. So yeah.
Well,
Again,
yes, but also I would say the pushback that you're going to get from that is people would say that you shouldn't be acclimatizing any sexual behavior with children, right? And I have thoughts on that maybe for another stream, because that's going to be going down a whole other rabbit hole. But they say this, but then have zero problem with any Disney film that has a prince and princess getting together at the end.
And kissing,
I'm sorry, why don't you have a problem with fucking Snow White? Is that fine? Yeah, that's okay? Alright, so is Sleeping Beauty okay? Yeah, alright, that's fine.
Rapunzel.
Okay, so is Princess and the Frog okay? Yeah?
Tangled.
Alright, cool. Tangled's fine. All of these are perfectly fine, and now suddenly it's a big deal because...
Aladdin.
Yeah. All of a sudden it's a big deal because it's not a guy and a girl. Now you've got to be really super careful about what you show kids. You've acclimatized... The fact is that your home relationship acclimatizes your child from birth to whatever that relationship is. It's the same way you see, like, kids who are abused at home not describing what's happened to them as abuse because they don't know that that's not the way it's supposed to be. They don't know that that's any different. So, exposing children to lots of different things in a safe environment where there is no harm coming to them.
Yeah.
Like in a Disney movie. Disney movies are pretty sterilized. So if you had a gay couple in a Disney movie, you'd have like a prince and it'd be super fucking cute and it'd be amazing and it'd be fine for kids. Like, it wouldn't hurt anybody because it's not like you're actually seeing Rapunzel getting like railed in the ass by Flynn Rider and her crying out, "Oh, Eugene!" Like, this is not fucking happening.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Anyway, back to what Feline was saying. Feline is a mod on this channel, by the way, if you're unfamiliar with who we're talking about and why we're familiar with the person we're looking at. Feline said, that is what most of these people are asking for. You want me to call you her/she? Okay, or she? Okay, done. And now we move on to more productive stuff. That's it. But pundits, like the one in the video, are making a mountain out of a molehill and refuse. Her assumptions are correct. Prove it. Citation needed, my friend. If you're gonna say that, at least we cited. At least when we went looking to be like, okay, well, if they're not talking about women and they're not talking about men who aren't straight and they're not talking about anybody who's not a liberal, who are they talking about? At least we went and got the fucking statistic on it.
Yep.
So yeah, cite your source. Her assumptions are correct. Why bother with a problematic person assuming they're problematic, who cannot figure out what gender they are? Again, outside of the example, how the hell will they be a functional member of the team if they're bickering over non-existent issues like pronouns? Who's bickering over pronouns exactly? Who are the ones consistently refusing to be like, hey, I prefer to be referred to this way? Well, no, fuck you, politics.
Oh god, oh god.
Hey, listen, my name is Chesh. I prefer if you called me Jerry. Cool, thanks. No, I'm not gonna call you Jerry. Jerry's a boy's name or a girl's name. Maybe it could be either's names. Oh, politics!
Oh, they put yellow and pink color in the boys section. That's propaganda.
Or you could just call me Jerry, you fucking moron. Who's not professional here? Why are you assuming the person has not figured out what their gender is? Yep. They have. You're just throwing a tantrum because you're refusing to respect them. As with what I said, it is far simpler than just accept it and move on to the... It is far simpler to just accept it and move on to the productive stuff.
Isn't this productive stuff?
Yeah. Okay. Instead, you seem to be opting to throw tantrums and disrespecting a fellow human being. For what? What's your end goal here? Why do you want them to conform to your rigid, narrow-minded conceptualism of what is a human being? Excuse me, I think I may or may not need to light a fire real quick. Manya, do you have any thoughts on this?
Yeah, go for it. This is the burn. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, but what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, this is what it is. People, I don't even think these people have even tried. You know, and they have already made so many assumptions about, you know, people who might be requesting that their pronouns be respected. I don't know why they have made these assumptions. Where did they come from?
Where did they go? Where did they come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
Yeah. So it's just, it's like, you got some information from somewhere, okay, you never verified it, and you refuse to change your opinion when someone else comes in and, you know, shows you otherwise. You're just being an asshole for no fucking reason. What's going on here? I don't get it.
It boils down to respecting someone infringes on my non-existent right to be an a-hole without social repercussions. I mean...
Oh, that was good. Yeah, if you put it that way.
Entitlement to just not be a dipshit. Like, none of this is hard. This is just as embarrassing as being like, I don't... Okay, Alice Cooper. Alice is not Alice Cooper's real name. Right? David Bowie went through many iterations of different names. Prince is not Prince's actual name that's on their birth certificate. Go figure, people utilize nicknames and different names throughout their life or what they believe is appropriate at the time.
What would you like to be called?
Right.
What would you like to be addressed as? It's on the form, you dipshits.
It's not even fucking new. This has been going on forever. Forever, people have like pseudonyms or they have names that they go by or they recognize easier than others. I get weirded out when people at home call me by my actual name because I'm so used to hearing my online name being used, both verbally and in text. So somebody calls me by my actual name and I'm like, oh shit, you talking to me?
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's my name. Okay.
It's such a normal thing that's been going on for hundreds of years. What do you think a name is? You really think that somebody who doesn't know who you are, you just popped out, you have literally no qualities as an individual because you are an unfinished potato sack of a baby, and they're gonna get your name right out the gate? Why? They don't know you. You don't even know you.
It's astounding that we can remember so much information, you know, like names, and we are fighting, or whether someone's a Miss or a Mrs. or Mr., and we are fighting over pronouns. If you can remember names, you can remember pronouns. It's not that difficult.
It's really not. And, like, I can understand being, like, having a hard time, right? And I don't think most people who are trans or people who are utilizing different pronouns, because I don't think you need to be trans to be utilizing whatever pronouns that you feel comfortable with. I don't think that's a requirement. I don't think it should be that big of a deal to be addressed as however or whoever you want to be addressed as. It's really, like, so non-issue. It does not fucking matter. It's such, like, a bullshit... There are people, again, I'm back on a soapbox. There are people literally dying in the street, and we're arguing about this?
Yeah. People get killed if it gets out that they're trans.
So this guy jumps the shark. And I do enjoy the Uzumaki he's got in his like little fucking thing. The goal is to not work with mentally ill people.
Oh god.
So if a stranger doesn't abide by this guy's standard, which they wouldn't know to begin with, and which seems to be arbitrary as shit, they're mentally ill, obviously. They're the ones with the problem.
Oh yeah, of course.
So my goal is to not work with mentally ill people. Why not? Wait, hold on, why not? Because that's a whole nother question. First off, why are you assuming anybody is mentally ill in the first place? Second off, what's wrong with working with somebody who's got any kind of like mental illness or disability or whatever, provided that it's provided that it's managed reasonably, right? It's not like they're not...
so like depressed people are mentally ill people. So they shouldn't work, or they shouldn't be allowed to be worked. You get people guns for free without caring what mental well-being they are under. And you're going to take employment away from people because
nicknames are the devil. Yes. El Diablo, no.
Yeah. I sent you 2 tweets.
Yep.
In the Discord messages. After you finish this, maybe you can get on with that. Yeah.
Yep. So this guy says, anyone with wacky pronouns is a major red flag. Whatever the fuck that means.
Wacky.
LOL, all capitals. You're the one throwing a tantrum because people won't conform to infinite genders and obsessing over your own sexuality. Nobody cares and nobody should be forced to care. Nobody's asking anybody to care. People are asking for basic decency and respect for human to humans.
Yeah. You want people to pronounce your name right? And they call you?
No, sorry. Mitch doesn't give a shit.
Mitch.
Mytik.
Mitik.
He's Mitik.
Mitik. Benenet.
Mitch. Mitch doesn't give a shit if people say his name wrong.
You know, I give people a pass when they go with Mania. You know, Mania? I'm like, yeah.
He's wearing a fucking A&W shirt and he looks like a discount version of Robbie Rotten from Slazy Town.
What?
Get your pronouns out of my face, man!
Oh.
You can't. Your pronouns out of my face, man.
Oh, he's a red pill guy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man dropping red pills and dank memes. Politically non-binary. Awake, not woke.
What?
He's a centrist. Everyone is wrong on every side.
I'm fine. Everything's burning down around me. I'm fine.
Listen, this guy's super serious. He's got 8 followers, guys. Remember, like, that's important. Those numbers matter according to Destiny, right? So we can just dismiss everything he's saying, right?
Yeah.
Tell me he doesn't look like Robbie. Okay, but am I wrong that he looks like Robbie Rotten?
Present me the picture and I might.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Let me get a picture.
Does.
You've got one? You got a picture?
Yeah. And it's it's all purple and blue. Why is it that?
Well, because he's a bad guy.
Yeah, that's what pops up.
You see what I'm talking about? He's got like the eyeliner look on, like he's got like the same kind of like the hair and the
smile lines.
Yeah. You see what I'm talking about? Like. Like, obviously he doesn't have like the big old chin line. Also, this actor is amazing. Yeah. He's fantastic. There he is right there. He's great. His name is Stefan Carl Stephenson.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, dang the name.
Back to this dipshit. I mean, for somebody who's demanding people get their pronouns out of his face, he's using a whole lot of pronouns. Just, why do you assume they are mentally ill in the first place? They're not. Wacky pronouns? Really? This is just the same pronouns everybody already uses. Also true. The only ones that aren't are like the kind of like the Z and the Zer. And I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be for like the specifically non-binary people. If I like the people who don't identify as he or she, it's like so they use Z and Zer. I haven't personally met anybody who uses those pronouns, but that's my understanding. So if I'm wrong, please feel free to correct me. I apologize if I'm mistaken on that one. You think she is a wacky pronoun, or he, or they, or your, or I? That would mean that everybody is being wacky. It simply boils down to what is simpler, just go with whatever and move on, or be actually productive, or obsess over what you want people to actually be without getting any iota done. It's your call. And this person says, what's simple is to just use their name. Problem solved. Incorrect. As we saw in the example above, that doesn't work in English.
Yeah.
How about we all just speak a different language? Let's just abandon English entirely.
Learn Hindi and Mandarin. Let's go.
My goodness. All right, you said you sent me some tweets to look at as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is
part
a
of that
response
conversation.
Oh, okay. This is under the jam conversation.
Yeah.
So what did you say here?
Oh, okay. So before that I said no. It's a strawman argument that people of different genders, sexuality, or races need some special privileges. They just want to share the space like any other human. The pronouns can be difficult, but that does not mean it cannot be done. As I said, looks like a cop-out.
Yeah, you're being like additionally sympathetic, right? To say like, hey, listen, I understand that sometimes it's hard to break a habit. Right? Particularly if it's somebody you've known for a long time. It should be easy when it's somebody you've never met. Like, it should be really easy when it's somebody you've never met. But when it's somebody who you've known for a long time, even if it's like somebody that you're not terribly good friends with, it's going to be, as they transition, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to get that habit switched out. I struggle with it sometimes. So, like, that's fair. And reasonable. How dare you? This is the internet. Get the fuck out. No, they want everyone around them to compensate for them consistently. They want everyone around them to compensate for them consistently. They want to regulate everyone's speech, actions, and they need constant attention. They want praise for saying, I identify, and can't take criticism whatsoever.
So if you click on that, there's more conversation that happens there. Okay, yeah, so to that I say it's a pretty bold claim. And
I wish it wasn't true. I wish the statement, they just want to be treated like everyone else, was remotely true. A tiny minority of people would still oppose that, the real bigots, but the rest of us would just go on with our day. For example, the modern treatment of lesbian, gay, bi. Personal experience, you can simply observe the world and this would be obvious. You mean the way you observe the world and it looks flat to some people? Are you fucking stupid?
So I did ask him, like, it's a pretty bold claim to make for a whole community. Are you talking from personal experience, or do you have some data that can support your claims? So to that he replies personal. Yeah. So then I say, I think so he replies to me, if I'm not wrong, where the fuck did
personal
that go?
experience, you can simply observe the world and this would be obvious. That being said, do you have any data to support your claim that they just want to share spaces like any other human? There are many examples that denies this. We're going to have a discussion here and define our terms, right? At that point. At this point, you're now asking for definitive terms because you're going to be able to pull like examples individually, which is a lot different than overarching society, right? We've already acknowledged that trans people and LGBTQ people are humans who deserve rights like anybody else, and that they can't be discriminated based on those on that status, right? And so I feel like the fact that there's already a law in place kind of works in your favor for an example to this. Just because there are going to be there are going to be shitty people in any group of any kind, and the larger the group, the more shitty people are going to be part of it, doesn't inherently mean that being any one part of any one of those groups makes you, although it would logically follow, doesn't make it actually the case.
Yeah. So to that, I had said, like, I replied to that was, I don't want to, like, deny your personal experience, but I would say that it doesn't mean that everyone is like that.
Sure.
So, and I think so after that we had another conversation where I said, I used your pendulum theory that it's just like we are just taking a swing in the opposite direction at the moment, and after some time it will come back and we will settle down. And he was like, yeah, okay, yeah, I can go with that. So this person was all right, reasonable, but then they have a spat with another, another one.
Yeah, they're having a whole other spat over here.
Yeah. So I just ignored that thing. I was like, oh, okay, whatever.
Yeah, that's like a whole side off thing. You gave me another one. Oh, hey, this one showed up.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
Again, a very reasonable point, and again, I think the LGB proves you right. Some hate them, some treat them like heroes for coming out. Now, for the most part, they're just another accepted part of society, minus a minority on both sides. I like you. I don't know if that's accurate. I just the number of bills that are, like, if you want numbers and statistics, go look into the number of bills that are being proposed in multiple states that are anti-LGBTQ bills. And if you want a really good example, Florida. Like if you're looking for something, I don't want to just tell you to Google it.
Marriage equality.
Yeah, go look at Florida. Go look at what had happened with gay marriage. Like, this is recent history. You don't even have to go back that far. Abortion rights, also a good example.
Again, yeah. And also, like, I think some states have laws where, like, homosexual couples can't adopt children.
Right. So, like, these are ongoing things. Feline sent me another one in the chat that said, yes, wacky pronouns, like a guy demanding he be addressed as she or they or whatever made up word they come across next. What do you mean whatever, as if she or they are made up words? I mean, by that argument, all words are made up, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, what? Oh, I know what's going on. He's being transphobic. That's what's going on.
A woman demanding to be addressed as she, right? And and they have been around. They has been around as a word to designate an individual person for centuries. Next, and multiple people. They and them regards to an individual or a multiple. So, like, there's actually a reasonable argument to say we should just abolish gender-specific pronouns in English specifically. Because what that would mean is you lose this crutch as an identifier, which is not relevant, right? It's not relevant to conversation. So if I say, my mechanic is really great, they fixed my tires, you should go and check them out if you're having tire problems. Did you get all of the relevant information?
Yeah.
Does anything I say, if I were to change they to here, hey, I went to my mechanic, she's fantastic, she does really good at doing tires, you should go and check her out. Does that change the information that you've gotten outside of your assumptions based on their gender, which may or may not be accurate?
Oh, yeah, being
what
sexist,
if I change it again and I say, I go to this mechanic, he's really great at doing tires specifically, you should go and check him out. Or, hey, I got my tires done by my mechanic, he's a really great mechanic, he does really good tires, you should go and check them out.
Yeah.
The only thing that gets confusing is if I start switching those mid-sentence. And I start saying, hey, you should go and check out my mechanic, he's really great, she's amazing. Now you think I'm talking about two different people.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, that's what it is. Like, do you know English? Do you English? Do you know
I'm a
English?
goblin.
Oh, God.
If a person lists their pronouns, I'd say to trash their resume.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
It tells you everything you need to know about them as a worker and sane person.
Wow.
If it makes you feel any better, my pronouns are don't refer to me.
Oh, God.
Okay, wannabe boomer.
Intrigue Feline was like, okay, I'm not gonna take you. You're insane. I'm not gonna take you seriously.
Yeah, who's the one acting like not a sane person here?
Yeah.
At least I know my gender.
you should go
Gender
further
is
down.
not an option. This is really interesting. Actually, I find this really interesting. At least I know my gender. Gender is not an option. So if somebody is born a man and they are a female and then they identify as female, then their gender was never an option and their pronouns were never an option in the first place. I don't think this says what you think this says, my guy.
Yeah. It's that they come to the first level of thinking, and after that, it's like crickets.
It's very superficial, right? Because I would agree that, yeah, you don't get to pick what you were born as. I agree with this.
Yeah.
Your gender is not, like, your biological gender isn't up to you. But if you want to talk about, like, gender identity, you can present yourself however the fuck you goddamn well please. And people have been doing this forever. Like, have you read any Shakespearean play, literally ever? Specifically Romeo and Juliet. Are any of you familiar with the character Mercutio?
Also, when in the time of like Elizabethan era, ladies did not do theater. It was men who did theater all the time. So all the female parts were done by the males. And they would dress up as females and do those parts. So,
Right.
yeah.
Because women are never allowed to do anything. This is like my complaint about people who care so much about, like, people who are in puberty taking things like HRT and, like, gender or transitioning drugs, right? Whether it's testosterone, estrogen, whatever the sub thing is going to be for that. As well as people who, they're like, oh my god, you can't have blockers for puberty. Oh my god, this is such a problem. None of these people gave a single flying fuck when, like, a 14-year-old is on birth control. Don't give a shit. And the answer is because...
Or gets pregnant. And
don't
can't get an
care.
abortion.
Well, and you want to talk about the
and
hormones...
does not get abortion.
You want to talk about the hormones involved with pregnancy? If you gave too much, if you gave two shits, you would be so up people's ass about pregnancy, like birth control pills and anything related to that, and you're not. Why? Because you don't give a shit. You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't care. You're just trying to enforce your beliefs on other people because you think that these things are morally wrong, not biologically or health-based wrong. Now, does that mean that there aren't health-based issues? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying your reasoning for doing so is bullshit.
It's shitty.
Right. And if you cared, you'd be consistent. And you're not, because nobody cares about women. Anyway. Pregante!
Oh yes, the famous pregante
How
is
you
back.
get pregante?
Et tu pregante?
Et tu pregante? Yes, I'm a person grounded in reality, not a mentally ill person imposing their subjective sense of identity on other people. Bro, wait, no, that's exactly what you're doing. You are exactly a person imposing their subjective sense of identity on other people. That is literally the thing you're doing. You believe that a man constitutes these specific character traits, and you're saying that anybody who falls outside of those character traits is not allowed to be within this, identify themselves in this way based on
You're putting people in a box.
subjective fucking sense of identity. You fucking dumbass. Mitch wins. Mitch wins today. You're the big dumb fuck for today. Good job, Mitch.
Yes.
You fucking moron. Excuse me while I grab this.
At one point.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta grab this tweet. Hold on. Let me copy this. Let me copy link to tweet. Hold on. Congratulations, you win, you fucking moron. Congratulations, you win the idiot award for today. Yay! Everybody go and congratulate Mitch. I'm just gonna give him the link so he can get, if we can get a link timestamped with this sent to him, that would be wonderful. Don't harass him, just congratulate him on his winnings. Congratulations, good sir. Congratulations. We applaud you. Good job. Most people
should be
don't.
proud
Most
of
tweeters
yourself.
don't tweet like this. No. We tweet these. We tweet these. You said you had one more for me, yeah?
Yeah, so it was in
Okay.
reply to this guy. To
Oh,
this
it was
tweet that we just
to this
read.
dumb fuck. To Mitch.
Mm-hmm.
Mitch the dipshit. Okay, got it.
Yeah,
got it.
Mitch is a dipshit.
Mitch is a dipshit. Good job, Mitch.
Yeah, he is.
Fucking moron. Oh my god. Can you lack on a scale of 1 to 10? What's the lack of self-awareness that Mitch has? Chat, can you please give me on a scale of 1 to 10 where you think Mitch falls on a lack of self-awareness? Thank you.
15.
Greatly appreciated. This is important to me.
Lord Magicus in the live stream. How is Babby form?
How is Bobby form? How we get Bobby?
Yeah,
How
do
we get Bobby at the Ouija board?
Oh god.
Here we go.
Hmm.
Oh my god, there's 3 responses. Okay. Even if you were grounded in reality, you would realize that people can change their
If you were
pronoun.
grounded in that.
Oh, sorry. If you were grounded in reality, you would realize that people can change their pronouns, and it's not difficult to adapt at all, and many people successfully have. That is reality. You are making an active choice not to.
I think so, that's right. I think so, that's fair, isn't it?
9 3/4, 15.
Oh,
At least an 11.
No. Oh, come on. You don't get to do that to 9 or 3, 9, 3 or 4. No. You don't do that. No. No. Find another number.
I don't know. I kind of no. I agree with John. I think that's pretty right, considering how transphobic he is. I think a Harry Potter reference is kind of on point. Well, I miss Yahoo Answers. Yeah, Yahoo Answers. I recommend if you miss Yahoo Answers, I recommend like checking out Quora, because that seems to be like pretty close along those lines. Once in a while, you'll get a good Quora one, but I want to change my number to Turtle. Okay, hold on. Let's do the math for Turtle. Okay, if we get an alphabet to number, right, and I type in the word turtle, right.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the cipher. Copy link to address. Okay, here's the cipher. What do you... There we go. So turtle would be... All right, you got a calculator, Mania? You ready?
Oh god. Go for it.
Okay, T is 20.
Okay.
Plus, right? You ready? U, which is 21.
Yeah.
Plus
Okay.
R, which is 18. Plus
Okay.
T, which is 20. Plus L, which is 12. Plus E, which is 5. What do we get?
97, I think so.
Okay, so he's a
not wrong.
97 on the lack of self-awareness scale. Got it.
Oh my goodness.
That's pretty high. That's
Yeah.
a big number.
If I got it wrong by 10, don't blame me. Blame Chesh. She was going too fast.
Yo. What the
Yo.
fuck?
Yo.
Yo, don't blame
Yeah, I
me for this shit.
congratulated him. I
did you?
congratulated. I don't know. I don't get it. Why my tweet is coming up as unavailable? Hey,
I don't know.
Twitter, what the fuck? Oi, Elon, you got my money and you're doing this bullshit.
Yo, you legit paid this man and it still ain't working.
Yeah. And waited for like 2 months to get that fucking blue check mark. And it's like if you're okay, if your profile is under consideration for the blue check mark and you change your profile picture, the period of consideration starts all over again.
Are we really gonna start like just talking about all of the technical problems with fucking Twitter and it just falling apart at the seams from the programming upwards?
Yeah. Yeah.
My
Why
guy.
not?
Bubby.
My god.
My dude. Hashtag did the math.
Oh god.
Oh boy. Alright, do we
Jesus.
have anything else from this? Go on, yeah.
No.
Oh, we didn't look at that. We didn't look at the quote tweets,
Oh,
actually.
96. Oh, I missed it by 1. Sorry. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Intrigue.
Hold up, we didn't look at the
I missed
quote
it.
tweets.
Oh, you want to look at that? Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I want to see who quote tweeted you.
Yeah, go for it. 1 is mine, I think so.
Oh, I can't look at the quote tweets because I'm not logged in. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
God, I hate fucking... Listen, I don't know what I'm gonna do when... Oh, get out of here, Twitter Blue. I don't care about you. Alright. I don't know what I'm gonna do when Twitter finally goes under, because this is where I get all my free content from.
Right? Oh my god. Where did Landon go?
Oh yeah! This is one of my favorites. I loved this one. This one got me. This one got me giggling. Here you go. I have to adjust it so you can see it a little bit better. Hold on. Let's pop the top. Pop the top so you just don't stop. Yeah, till we get enough. Yeah. You just don't stop. Don't stop till you get enough. Keep on. Okay, there we go.
That's what Aurelian Sol does, isn't it? The hula hoop with his like
the hula
balls
hoop.
of fire.
Yeah. All right, there you go. Now it doesn't look like complete trash. Oh my god, you're so welcome. All right. Did you really just put pronouns on the same level as race? We don't choose our skin. Try one day as an albino, you crybaby. Yeah, you don't choose your gender either, my fellow human being, as a goblin,
Yeah.
I say. You're so close. You're just like skirting the edge. It's so close. Like, am I wrong about that? Like, they're so fucking.
Take the jump.
Almost
Take the
got
jump.
it.
I believe in you. I believe in you.
You
I'll
don't.
reply
Not
to
only
that
do you
after
not
this.
choose the gender that you're born as, you also don't choose the gender that you fit into. Now you get to choose how you treat that, right? So like you can choose to do this type of transition. You could choose not to transition at all. You could choose to dress or present yourself in a certain way to make you more comfortable one way or another. Those are all choices, but that doesn't change you didn't choose how you felt about it. You didn't choose what made you more or less comfortable, right? You just chose what fits for you the best and your circumstance, because not everybody has the same fucking circumstance, which is why you don't put fucking stringent boxes and laws around these types of things. I spent all of high school cross-dressing, and nobody ever said a word to me about it, because
Yeah, I
it's
used to have
way
a
more...
boycott.
It's way more acceptable for a girl or a teenager or a woman to dress as a dude than it is for a dude to dress as a man. So if we just remove that problematic stereotype of like men can't wear skirts, suddenly maybe you want less people like being finicky about their pronouns or whatever as far as you're concerned. Have less stringent structured rules around what you think should or should not be the case, and just let people do whatever the fuck they want, because it literally affects you zero. Nothing.
Yeah. So yeah, and you also don't choose where you're born.
Right.
And you also don't choose your sexuality.
Right. These are all choices. They're so close. They are so fucking close. And I don't see any comments on their shit. So somebody quote tweeted this, and it's like, they're so fucking close. So fucking close. I'm almost kind of impressed. Then we got this one. This one's got a couple more comments on it. And it says, oh, sorry, I have to move this. I have to ask why the Progressive Brigade... Manya, you were part of the Progressive Brigade, didn't you know?
Am I?
Apparently, is this news to you?
Where's my badge?
Do you get badges? Dude.
I thought so. If you're part of a brigade, you get badges.
I want badges. I have to ask why the Progressive Brigade likes to put pronoun discrimination next to race as if it's in any way comparable. It is, by law. It's literally comparable by law. They're so close. Race is an immutable characteristic. You deciding to be called they, them is not. Yes, it is.
Oh god.
I don't know of a single person that is never in their life been called they, them. They, them is a terrible example.
Yeah. It's basic English.
Hijacking performative victimhood. Manya, you're such a victim in this conversation. Oh my god. It genuinely disgusts me when terms like genocide are tossed around so lightly. Huh?
Did I talk about Nani?
Huh?
Nani the fuck?
These people are all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
Bastardizing the English language. I don't know if you know this, but English is a bastard. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but
Hold on.
you can't bastardize a bastard.
Hold on. Where do they come from? Hold on. Where is this comment? Where do they come from?
None of your business.
Oh yeah, of course. It's British English, you biff.
Guess who we voted for? You want to talk about, like, stereotypes? Well,
yeah,
we could guess. Do we want to guess based on the fake face and fake boobs, or do we want to guess? I'm kidding. I'm joking. She's welcome to present herself. She is welcome to present herself however she damn well pleases, the same as anybody else, and it bothers me none. I do not care.
God, these people are so
Posting pictures of myself seems to trigger women and leftists, so here's another. You look fine. Who the fuck cares?
Yeah, fuck.
If women and leftists, which is a weird thing to just kind of fling together, are bothered by the way someone looks, like actually bothered and not just dicking around like I'm doing, they're hypocritical. Because if anybody can present themselves in any way they want, they also should not have a problem with you behaving and dressing the way you want, provided you are not hurting any other people. It doesn't look to me like you're hurting anybody else, because it doesn't quite look to me like you're turned around in a car in the driver's seat. It looks like you're in the passenger's seat. So I'm not concerned for other people's safety. And in that case, you dress however the fuck you want. Maybe I'll try to imitate you. Maybe I'll see if I can get myself something and see if I can take a similar picture and see if I can pull it off. I probably can't. And man, mad respect. Not everybody can pull off that kind of a look, right?
Yeah.
Bastardizing the English language. But this is the person retweeting. This isn't even the person that's fucking in these pictures. Get ready, a civil war is coming. Alright, so Mr. and or Mrs. or other violence over here. I will admit I don't know the context, but I can almost guarantee it's retarded and talks like a feg.
Oh yeah. Here I am.
But like this is the thing. This is the thing that gets jumped to, right? When you want to say both sides treating equally, yada yada yada. Oh, it's not about respect. Yeah, it fucking is. Immediately jumping to slurs.
We need to share our live stream with these people. I'm gonna reply to them.
Yeah, go for it. Come on by. And I am more than happy to entertain a conversation. If they want to come on and have a chat, we can absolutely set something like that. So feel free to like leave a comment or let me know in the side chat if we're still live when you show up, or if you're watching in the future. There's also an email you can email me. So like, yeah, we'll set something up. Don't you even worry about it.
Yeah.
And then the other two retweets are me and you saying we're going to talk about this. Yes, I don't know how to wrap this up other than like, yeah, neither me nor you have an issue with having conversations about this type of thing.
Yeah.
And we also both understand that it is complicated in some cases and very simple in others, and overcomplicated in some places and oversimplified in others. So it can be a difficult conversation to have, especially when we all know that there is dishonest actors involved in these conversations. For sure. Yeah. And I'm not gonna and as much as I am not a centrist, I'm not gonna say that there aren't extremists, right? Now, not all extremists are equal, which is why I'm not gonna sit on this centrist line of being like, well, both sides are problematic.
Being a coward. That's being a coward.
No, that's
a
being right. That's being right-leaning and falsely trying to equalize the platform. You're lying, or you're being dishonest, because these things are not equal. If I start seeing in the news regular fucking things about straight people being killed in the street for being straight and zero repercussions, if I start seeing regularly in the news people being killed by cops because they are white, I am going to, now you've got a little bit more to work with. And I would probably counter that. I wouldn't even counter that. I'd probably add an addendum to that and say, were they poor? Do they live in the hood? Is this an issue of race or is this an issue of class? Because I think those two are very heavily married together at this point in time, with particularly in America, where a lot of so you're no longer allowed to redline, but that doesn't mean the effects of redlining didn't have reverberating repercussions, which is why you see a disproportionate number of minorities being affected by class issues than you do white people. But then you have fucking idiot white people voting against themselves because fuck that black guy over there who did nothing to me.
And I think so the people, the white conservatives in power, they sell this dream to the people of lower income and middle income and lower classes that one day you can succeed as Rupert Murdoch and become rich. So that's why you should support
You can be Elon Musk. I'm sorry, does
and
one
that's
of your
why
parents
you should
own an emerald mine? No?
Yeah.
Then no, you can't.
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos made himself off of nothing. Generational wealth and underserved neighborhoods. Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
Yep.
And how politicians divert funds from some neighborhoods to other neighborhoods depending on, the income standard or the income margins in those neighborhoods.
And how lower class people are bullied out of locations where they've lived for long periods of time because some business owner wants to buy up all the real estate and they'll bully them out. Or companies will try to infringe on an already established monopoly and try to start a business, and it's called the kill zone.
Yeah.
What happened to Instagram? What happened to Snapchat?
Yeah.
How did Google get... Where did YouTube come from? Surely Google didn't invent it, did they? I'm pretty sure I recall that they tried and failed, then when they failed, they just bought out Google. What happened to Vine?
Yeah.
What's going on with...
Where did that go?
What's going on with TikTok right now? What do you think that?
Yeah.
I think that a lot of issues, although they stem from racism, and although there is a very, very strong leaning towards racism, is largely also a class issue. Because I think the two are... I don't think you can separate the two. If it's a racist issue, it's a class issue. If it's a class issue, there's likely a whole lot of racism involved. Complicated, right?
Yes,
anyway, Sneeko's a fucking moron.
Oh yeah, Sneeko. Boy, get some medication, seriously. God, stop embarrassing yourself.
Do you want to talk about Destiny next week? Like next Friday? Or do you think you think a week is a long enough period of time, I think, for everybody to read through and look at, or him to respond or do whatever he thinks he's gonna do?
I think so.
That'll give enough time for people to leave comments, have whatever discussion, then we can kind of discuss those discussions that were left in that chat, or look at whatever is going to be in the chat down below here, because I'm more than happy to entertain the discussion in a what I like to call a positive manner.
Yeah. Take it to the positive side. We can still do the criticism without...
Listen, you can be as negative or as unproductive to me as you want, and I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna turn it into something fucking useful. So if you're a useless piece of shit, don't worry, you come to me. I'll make it so that you're worthwhile. I got you, boo.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm a helper. Come on. Look at me out here. I'm so charitable. I'm such a nice guy. Come on. No?
I am...
No? Alright.
I am bamboozled that my tweet has been, it's been made unavailable. Who reported my tweet?
Elon Musk
Who the
did.
fuck did
Elon
that?
Musk didn't like that you said something that didn't align with Elon Musk's views, and even though you paid him, he shadow blocked your tweets.
Asshole.
I don't know. I'm just bullshitting. I have no clue.
Baka.
Fuck you. All right. I'm not live tomorrow. I don't think. Are you live tomorrow? I'll be in the Discord.
At work tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm jumping in the Discord after this. I think.
Okay.
Methinks.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah. We have to do our watch party, isn't it? Is it today or tomorrow?
No, it's not.
Today, right?
No, it's gonna be it's gonna be right before PAX. So it'll be next week, technically.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna jump in the Discord. Maybe we'll play some games, see what's going on. I've been told that I need to buy Monster Hunter, as Monster Hunter is currently on sale. Manya, do you want to play Monster Hunter with me? I don't know if we can get on the same server. Maybe.
If we can get on the same server, then yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, we'll see. We'll see if me and Manya can get on the same server, and maybe we'll put the server out there so you guys can join us. So yeah, we're gonna go play games and have some chats in the Discord and kind of organize ourselves a little bit and look through some of the Destiny stuff in the background, so that way we can present to you something comprehensive in the future and address a lot of the stuff that was going on with that. I'm going to be live again on Tuesday and Thursday, both specifically on YouTube, and they may or may not make their way onto Twitter. I'm still kind of playing with what I am and am not allowed to do. So that's it for me. What about you? Anything? Go find Manya on Twitter. See when she steps in shit.
Yeah, retweet it so that it joins the algorithm and doesn't get hidden.
Yeah, please leave us comments because we like to hear what you have to say, and we absolutely will discuss what it is you have to say, as we have proven today. So please feel free to join us and join the discussion and have a giggle. Leave me comments, goddammit. I've heard that that's a good thing to have. Thanks. Like, subscribe, share, blah, whatever.
Do all the YouTubey things.
We love you. We hate you. We love you. We hate you.
We love you.
Did you see how dark the Little Mermaid trailer is?
Yeah.
The coloring is shit. What happened to the lighting department?
Why? Yeah. Why do live action pictures have problem with color?
Why do they all suck?
The only one I liked was the Aladdin because they kept the colors in there.
If you want to know why all of the reboots and Disney remakes and shit suck, go watch my backlog on YouTube. It will have Chris Shelton and Bearded Heretic, who are coming back to talk about it more, so please feel free to join us for that, where we talk about media and the nonsense with that. They're both, by the way, psychologists, so they actually have like a dog in this fight.
Aren't you going to have another round? Who are you going to...
Generic Minority and Chris Shelton are going to join me to talk a little bit more about Destiny and the kind of like psychology around like this incel ideology.
Yes, that's what I'm gonna...
Yeah, that's coming up soon. I also have something that I'm working on for April, and it's going to be like the biggest crossover event in history, so get ready for that. So make sure you like, subscribe, share, leave me a comment, yada yada yada. You have stuff you want me to focus on or look at, let me know. I'll take care of it. I'll take a look at it, and I'm going to get out of here. Manya, say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello.
Welcome back to Fekk Friday. Don't Fekk Friday. Don't Fekk Friday.
It's going to be fun.